Kicking like Dolomite.
3,
Last one got copyright. I'm kicking like Dolomite.
5 just to be sure.
Hey, one time,
Last
you
one
ready?
got
Copyright.
Yeah.
Last one got
Okay.
copyright. Hey.
You know what time it is. Every time I rhyme, it's just a sign that I'm about to kill. Yeah, it's time for weapon wheel. We got the skill, we got the games. Don't make me grab the steel. I put a hole in one like Abby did to Joe. Yeah, when it comes to aiming, I don't miss like Master Chief. I'll grab the piece and give your ass a halo just for talking sweet. When it comes to gaming, yeah, you know our team's elite. Check the leaderboards, run the game. You should pick up your feet. You can't lose, I'm too smooth, just going to admit defeat. And ain't no capping around here, cause like Bond, I keep receipts. The most dangerous, better than these other guys. Try to come for us, what's like between your eyes like Jen Sakai. That's no lie, no prank. I grab the ratchet, no clank, and get my jiggy mask to show you how Jack Move got his name. Yeah.
Weapon Wheel Podcast.
Look, king of the castle like Cooper, captain of the ship. My name ain't Blandry, but don't make me have to hit the switch. We'll dump you overboard, then watch the views. I ain't talking Twitch. Hey yo, Alex, go ahead, talk to him real quick.
Oh, the Dolomite is my name, and thick enough motherfuckers is my game. Dolomite, motherfucker, you heard her.
Claim it, a strike to claim it.
They had the nerve to copyright the It's just the bitches, hey. Say yo, still putting wheels on the pavement. My game so tight, it's like Jordan 1 lazy. We stay in these gaming streets, ain't no way to be dormant. Hey, a Drake will leave your body uncharted like Lost Fortune. Coco Long scene was cute, hey, and yeah, it served its purpose. But I'm trying to give a detailed description of what a hearse is. I say we flip the switch on these against before it get bland. I see a lot of pods jacking the format like Dapper Dan. You hitting the dislike button? You still a fan? Talk slick in the comments and like Dutch, I got a plan. We don't do the sneak dissing, that's the stuff that get you banned. Last time we told your was squad up, you turned telling right. It's like I play with the sliders up. You just got 30, again turn me, the time is up. Since 2015, we been kicking game knowledge up. Dust your boots and join the crew if you wild enough.
Developers.
Dolomite, you heard her.
40 clips, kicking like Dolomite. Hey, 40 clips. Aimed at your fit beam, shotties, so much ammo, it don't make sense. Trying to compete is a sacrifice, die again in your afterlife. I'm taking a road trip, anytime you wanna fight. Guns and body counts, that's all that I tend to like. Any other podcast, a copy or look alike. Hey, and what they say? Hey, what I say? Hey, I put them in the dirt, toss and get hurt, no face, no case, smashed up like a jiggy merch shirt. Sliding in that vet, I'm gonna get back, time to pay that debt. It's time for weapon wheel.
Wonder.
What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy still. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, don't care about your feels. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy still. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy still. BG, Black Bond, Jack Move, Kids Move, Blandrew, Alex too. Damn man, that's a heavy crew. Other pods, they don't know what to do. They watching, they copy our every move. And they still fly like the Wii U. Jack Move voice, we saying, ew, hop off the roof. Long range, no scope, yeah, I'ma shoot. Looking wanna play games, no David Blaine, but I'll make a nigga go poof. Oh, this not a game. Gang talk, nigga, what you know about the slang? How about the range? All black master, don't step out your lane. Every week it's us on your screen. Every weekend we entertain. It's not a thing that gets in between me and my team, me and my gang. When I'm on the beat, you already know. Straight to the top, yeah, we about to blow. BG, my dog, he told me let's go. Sit back, relax, it's time for the show. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy still. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, don't care about your feels. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy still. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. Weapon wheel, watch how I show you my weapon wheel. What weapon wheel? We keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon wheel? They watch our moves, they copy still.
We got the guns on deck, no fire car, but you know I came with a tech, yeah. Since 2015, been stepping on the scene, putting foots on nets, yeah. Set them up, super soaker, pump action, wet them up. Shooting out the yeah, we catching up. We bout them games, y'all are bark. Drop by midnight after dark. Gaming knowledge fortitude. Top two and not the two. Weapon wheel, get the cash and grab the steel. Weapon wheel, out the window.
well, we keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon well, they watch our moves, they copying still. What weapon well, we keeping it true, don't care about your feels. What weapon well, they watch our moves, they copying still. Weapon well, watch how I show you my weapon well. Weapon well, watch how I show you my weapon well. What weapon well, we keeping it true, we keeping it real. What weapon well, they watch our moves, they copying still.
No.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up? We gonna talk about how Bond being a hypocrite right now?
Wow, you're a pig, Jack. I just want you to know that.
I had to burp. Fuck.
Jiggy merch in stores now.
How's everybody feeling this wonderful Sunday?
Okay. Can I ask you a question, BG?
That's y'all attitude for this beautiful Sunday that we have been bestowed upon?
It's raining outside.
So what? Rain is good. Be happy. Are you happy about anything anytime, Jack? Ever?
Yeah, I'm cool. I swear, yeah, I'm cool, bro.
Yeah.
Everything good, bro.
Life is good, Jack, for you. You be putting on up this persona like you got it good.
Well, my air conditioner's broke right now, so I don't know how great it is. My floor is like covered in water as well, so yeah.
Some people don't got air conditioning and want some water.
You know, fuck them too.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, BG.
Yeah.
You ever heard somebody say Poseidon's kiss? Do you know what that means?
Poseidon's kiss. No.
You know what that means?
I don't know that term. I know who Poseidon is, of course, but I've never heard Poseidon's kiss.
Don't tell them what it is, Alex.
If I had to guess, if I had to guess, Poseidon is, the water of, the god of, all the oceans and seas and all that stuff. Would Poseidon's kiss be a really sloppy kiss or something?
You're not gonna figure it out. You ain't gonna figure it out.
So we were in the Discord and we was talking about like the worst things that happen when you poop, like horror stories. And I said the worst thing is when you poop too hard and the water splash and kiss your butthole. I was like Poseidon's kiss, and they said they had never heard of that before.
Okay,
bro, don't nobody call it that,
all
bro.
right.
I don't know why he even said that freaky ass shit.
Never heard that in my entire life.
How was that freaky?
This is what happens when we have conversations with Alex.
So BG, imagine the water forming like the fucking god of the ocean and fucking kissing your asshole. Like that's crazy, right?
Like, bro, I'm thinking about God of War 3's Poseidon, and like, imagine that's what you got in my mind. Like,
look in the general chat, BG. This is what I'm trying to do with Weapon Wheel merch. You see this?
And now you're trying to change the subject.
No, I was gonna put this in the chat anyway. But look at that.
That looks fire. You really going in on this AI thing. I see J God is in the waiting room.
Was he invited?
No, but he only plays Assetto Corsa. He doesn't play. I'll bring him in, but I'm trying to figure out what's going on. He only plays Assetto Corsa. He doesn't play Forza, so
maybe he played it.
Unless he's here to just criticize Forza, and be the elitist that he is.
What if he played Forza?
I doubt he did. Jay Gott, how you doing?
Yo, I'm good. How about yourself, sir?
I'm okay.
And I do have Forza. I bought it, or I have a Game Pass.
Oh,
okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm only here for that conversation, though.
Okay, all right, because I had I brought on two specialists for that, but I guess the third is. It's happening. Full house, pack house, and Blanche.
I wouldn't say I'm a specialist, but since I never played Forza, it is the first one I played. Maybe I have a different perspective than they do. Maybe I don't know.
Okay, all right. That's cool. Bond is gonna be late. Kid Smooth is probably strolling here any time. Blandrew's supposed to be here. That's what he claimed. Blandrew might be like one of the worst. He's not a father yet, but he might turn out to be one of the worst fathers ever. Every time he says he's gonna show up somewhere, he either doesn't show up, shows up once, and you never see him again for like 5 months. He's literally Will's father.
I swear BG brags about having a 2-parent household once every like 9 weeks.
I don't. I didn't say I had a 2-parent household. I do, but I didn't bring that up.
Look at he just did it again.
Hey man, 2-parent households are the best.
They are. I mean, my condolences like to those who don't have one. I really really feel sorry about that. But yeah, it's so with Blandrew and everybody else, it's gonna be packed, but we'll keep it organized. We're always organized, right?
Sure.
Pong, how you doing? making sure your audio is working. You're muted if you're speaking. Maybe he's not there
Is this
right
one
now.
of the
Can
Forza
you hear me now?
specialists?
Can you
Yeah, we
hear
hear
me
you.
now? All
There you go.
right. Man, Discord's giving me problems. What's up, everybody? Good to be here.
How's
Thanks
it
for
fucking
coming,
going?
man.
Going good. No, I appreciate the invite.
Oh, thanks, man. All right. I want to get started. Bond said he coming in late, so we should get started now. Like I said, I don't know where Kids Move is. All right, this is Weapon Wheel Podcast episode 385. We closing in on 400.
Woo!
Wow. Woo, them boys about to make it
Nice.
to 400.
Woo!
No small feat. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all your favorite audio streaming platforms. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/Weapon Wheel Podcasts. You could also become a member on YouTube, hit the join button. And of course, hit the like button to support the podcast. If you want to submit a video to be featured during the podcast, like what you're watching right now, link is in the description for that. Shout out to everybody who sends gameplay, especially when I requested. Needed some Forza gameplay today. So Fuzzy Belvedere sent me some. Smooth sent me some. Somebody else sent me some. So appreciate the Forza gameplay. And link is in the description for everything. Let's get to these intros quickly. Pong Soul, thank you for coming. Pong Soul is the co-host of the Living Split Screen podcast. We just had his other co-host, on here like 2 weeks ago, Steel Rain.
Yeah.
So go ahead,
Oh,
Pong.
yeah.
Just introduce yourself.
Yeah, great to be here again. Thanks for the invite, BG. Appreciate it. Obviously, what a week, man. Historic acquisition, a lot to talk about. Otherwise, man, just having a great time. This is one of the best years in gaming history, and I got so much to play. It's not even funny, and yet I just live in Starfield. So here I am today.
Yeah, you heard that, Jack? One of the best years ever in gaming.
That's
I
what's up.
disagree with that, but all right.
All right, Autumn, what's up?
What's up, guys? You're gonna have to tell me how my audio is because sometimes my mic is kind of crazy.
Oh, you're good.
All right, that's great. But yeah, it's good to be back. We're gonna be talking about some Forza stuff here.
Yep. Jay got.
Yo,
All right, cool. Jack
What up? What up?
and Alex.
I'll just come back next week because I don't like the attitude.
Guys,
I
you
don't-
naming yourself Poseidon's Kiss, and now that I know what it is, it's disturbing.
But next time it happens, you're gonna think of me. That's the crazy part. But yeah, how's
Stop
it going?
thinking about my. Never mind. Go ahead.
Next topic.
Next topic. You freak. All right. I just want to start out with some Weapon Wheel trivia question. We have we got two. One from Zeke Herman. So I had to actually like Google this and YouTube this because I thought he was trolling me. But this is actual dialogue from a video game, right? Okay, he said, fellas, fill in the blanks to this wild line from a popular open world RPG. They try to put their blank in everything they see. Nobody's dick is that long. Not even blank Dick Johnson. And he had a blank long dick, thus the name. What game is this from? And what's
already know where it's from.
in the what? Okay, yeah, okay. Anybody? Wait. Before you say anybody else know what game
Brown
this is?
or-
Why, Autumn? Why are you the aficionado on long dick commentary on video? Like you knew this game. Go ahead.
It's a popular game too. Nobody else knows.
I
a
guess
very
it's gonna
popular
be
game.
NFL Street. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, and he technically wanted us to fill in the blanks, but I don't know. You probably can't do that. But what
Well, when
game
you
is
said
it?
Johnson,
The person
I
named Big
almost
Dick
said Ken Johnson, but what'd you say?
I don't know that.
What is it, Autumn?
It's Fall New Vegas. It's a character that says that. Is 100% New Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the character's name is literally Long Dick Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it was. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a super popular meme.
Yep. You could look up the video on YouTube. I couldn't believe it was real. I was like, this guy's just like why is he doing this? Playing around
Did
on
you
my
go to
space
YouTube
game.
first or Google Images?
I went to YouTube first, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't stop playing with me. Freak ass boy. So yeah, that's a line from Fallout New Vegas. Thank you for the trivia question. I've never played Well, I played Fallout 3, but I never got into it, so I never liked it. So I never played the ones after that. Interesting dialogue. We got another one from Nick Knack. He said, in celebration of the Activision buyout from Microsoft finally happening, let's answer some trivia-based question on the League of Legends World Championship, which is currently happening right now and is objectively more important than it. The inaugural... What's up, Landry? Yeah, we can. Thank you for showing up, Mr. Drew.
You're welcome. I just woke up from a beautiful nap.
Oh wow, he isn't here for months, and he strolls in late from a nap. Jack,
Hey, man. I'm working 3:30 to 5 in the morning. I'm trying to make sure I don't adjust my schedule in a weird way, even on my days off. But I'm here.
Well, strolls in like a celebrity, dramatic diva. Look at the people in the chat. Oh my God, it's Blandrew. Oh.
As he should.
I need y'all to wipe y'all knees off.
First here, man.
I need y'all to wipe y'all knees off before. All right, thank you. But thanks for coming, Blandrew. We're just doing a trivia question. The inaugural League of Legends World Championship was in 2011. Which team won first place? Is it A, Against All Authority, B, TSM, C, Fnatic, or D, Team Gamed?
Fnatic. Oh, we supposed to be answering this?
Yeah, take a guess. I don't think any of us watch esports.
Won the last
Team Game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
The answer is Fnatic. They're the only ones I've ever even heard of. Yeah, only ones I've even heard of. I don't watch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't watch any esports. Move, you guessed that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nick Knack and Zeke Herman, for the Patreon questions. Now we can get into some topics. So first thing, not directly gaming related, but Jack, I wanted to know how you feel about this because you care about physical products. It's reported that Best Buy and possibly Walmart will stop selling all physical media as soon as like Q1 2024, both in store and online. How do you feel?
I mean, I'm not really surprised because that's just where the world's going. I ain't been to Walmart in like.
Your mic cutting in and out, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mic cutting in and out. You can't hear me.
Yeah,
we hear you, but you were
like
cutting in and out.
My internet might be fucking up right now. I don't know. You hear me? What was it up?
Yeah, you're still cutting in and out.
Why don't you leave and come back?
Yeah, leave and come
Nigga,
back.
fuck you. All right, hold on.
Look at him.
Why is he so?
You see what I did?
Hey, my internet's fucked up.
Keep
Go
going.
ahead.
Hello. Can you hear me?
All right, go ahead. We'll let you know.
Yeah. I was saying I ain't been to Walmart in a while, man. I recently went. And I went to the media section. Like, where the fuck are all games at? Like, bro, it was bad, bro. They had a PlayStation section, Nintendo section. They didn't have no game in it, and then Xbox didn't even have a game section. I was like,
Yeah, your mic is still messed up, Jack.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, fuck it.
Well, let me say this, since I'm probably a bigger, even like physical guy than Jack. This is extremely disheartening. I'm somebody that values physical media. I see the importance in having stuff like this with me wherever I go because I understand that these things can be removed from services or get censored over time. So I'm not too big into DVDs, even though I still do buy like my anime series and stuff like that on DVD and Blu-ray. I just bought the Spider-Man Spider-Verse movie on Blu-ray from Best Buy like 2 weeks ago, and I'm waiting on Turtles, and I got The Flash, an amazing movie, but it's sad to see it go. I'm a big fan of physical media, even though they did say this did apply only to Blu-rays. I know video games are just right around the corner, and I'm starting to see that if I want to get my physical media now, that I kind of have to start importing from Japan for a lot of this stuff. So like the new Yakuza game, that's not going to be physical in the West. There was a lot of other stuff that I've been missing out on that I've had to import from Japan, like Chrono Cross and a bunch of other stuff. So sad to see. Whenever this does eventually happen to modern day gaming, I will be officially done with it.
Gaming?
Oh yeah.
What?
Stop.
Because of that?
Yeah.
You're lying.
You're lying. You're not going to stop
never really
gaming
thought that.
because there's
I'm
no more
100%
physical
being
media.
honest right now. The second we lose physical media in gaming, I'm out. It's been a
You're
good
lying,
run.
Blake. You're going to
Why
stop
does
playing
they-
Nintendo games that you love because there's no physical.
I think I would. I have more than enough games to play right now. And I've come to realize that as time goes on in gaming, these games really aren't getting better. It's just a thing for me to do because I've been doing it for so long now that I'm kind of like, just let me play the new game. But I feel like we peaked a long time ago anyway, and I'm just playing just to be playing still.
Oh, you just lost a love for the game. Ain't no way that games ain't Horizon, Last of Us 2. What?
You're not
God of
doing a
War?
good job. selling
Landry
me
doesn't
here
care
with
about
those.
that. But the next Zelda, the next 3D Mario.
If it comes to it, like Xenoblade would probably be the only thing I truly miss out on in the future. And even with that, I'll probably just borrow a console from a friend or something. But I'm not. I'll be perfectly fine.
I don't believe you, bro. This is a little bit extremism. It's a little bit dramatic.
And it's only game and not like physical media with movies and music that doesn't bother you.
I still buy vinyl records and stuff on. Like I buy like a lot of video games on vinyl, and I still do buy CDs for my car when I'm going on a trip or something. So they're not too big. Like video games are at the top of my physical priority, and then it kind of just trickles down. Music being at the very bottom, but video games losing its physical, property, I would really be upset by that.
So you like the medium of physical discs? It's like I don't see how that hampers your gameplay or your enjoyment of the games though. Just because you don't
It's just not the same to me, and especially when I'm going to be spending so much as I do on these little games, I like to have these things with me.
Also,
Even
the
stuff like
collecting is part of the
stuff
hobby.
like
I see. Yeah. Okay.
even stuff like limited run games. Even though it's a pain to go through, I do appreciate outlets like that for giving me the opportunity to have stuff like a Shantae or a Castle Crashers or Infernax or something on for a physical release. Smaller indie stuff, I'm kind of just like, whatever I can spend $10-15 on a digital copy. But if I'm going to be spending $70 on this stuff, no, I'm not. I'm out.
I haven't bought a physical game since like 2020. Pong, do you care about preserving physical media at all? Or are you like completely digital too?
No, I still enjoy physical media. I don't buy as much physical media as I used to, but I still do it. I think Landry's point about censorship and future editing and stuff, we saw this already started to happen with books, digital versions of books. So I do believe there is a place for physical for sure. Do I understand that we're moving closer and closer to an all digital age? Of course I do. It will be obviously a disappointing and sad day if they ever do go away completely, because I do think that they do historically hold importance. And I understand obviously Blandrew's viewpoint when it comes to having that, something that you purchased, having that physical copy with you. Does add a little something to it. Will I stop gaming? No, I won't stop gaming if they decide to go completely away. Will I stop watching movies or reading books if it all went away? No, I would not. But I definitely think there is a place, and I hope they don't ever get to that point. But let's be real. It's headed that way. It's an extra cost to all the companies. And we know more than anything, if companies can cut costs, they're going to do it. And digital gives them a way to reduce it. So I think it's going to eventually happen. Yep.
And for the chat saying, well, you probably have like Netflix. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Hulu. I don't have whatever these little streaming services are. I don't have any of them. That's why I miss out on a lot of these
My
shows.
mic still
like,
fucked up, yo.
No, you sound good.
No,
You sound fine now.
But
You're like an Amish gamer. That's what you sound
Yeah,
like.
Andrew, it sounds like you're stuck in the 90s almost. Man.
No, but the thing is, I don't like when people actually make that comparison to Netflix, because so I'm on Blandrew's side as far as that goes. It's not the same, because I'm not a movie. I'm a movie enjoyer, but I'm not like a movie enthusiast like I am a gamer, right? So I understand somebody may be okay with completely streaming movies and TV shows because that's not something they care about that much, but they care way more about gaming. So that I can understand that.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, we can move on if nobody got anything else. Jack, I know your mic is good now. Anything else you want to say, Jack? I think Blandrew covered a lot for you.
Oh well, shit. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, I would say something though.
Go ahead,
about
Smooth.
that, because I my local Best Buy, it like the gaming sections, it just looks bad. It's nothing but like accessories and controllers and steering wheels. Like the game section looks like they just forgot to like refill it or restock it. Especially the Xbox section. So I can see why they would do this. I thought they were just doing it for Xbox. I didn't know they were doing it for like both Nintendo and PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, again, the story is just DVDs and Blu-rays. Physical games will still be there, but we all know that's, you know, just a ticking time bomb at this point.
Yeah, those stations already be kind of like empty in general already. So it's gonna.
If that were to happen, wouldn't GameStop just like cease to exist at that point?
No, because they still sell
They
other
make most of their
physical-
money off collectibles. They make money off collectibles now.
Yeah, and
shirts and shit.
Yeah, they still sell other like physical items in there. I would almost guess that's, you know, like disc and stuff. They don't even make that much money off of those things anymore, right?
Oh yeah, when they resell them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Somehow will bring this up. Get this out the way. So Mario has a new voice actor. Name is Kevin Afghani, and listen. I'm not trying to downplay this man's job. Voice acting is hard no matter who you're voice acting, right? But I had said on Twitter, this probably is one of, if we had to level things and put things in tiers, being the voice actor of Mario is probably on the easiest tier, if we're being real. He's not reading lines of dialogue. He's not like actually saying any real dialogue. He's making ad libs and sounds.
Sounds like hate, BG.
No, am I off base? It's a great job. It sounds like an amazing job because all you wahoo wee, you know, like
wow.
Yeah, like am I wrong in assessing that's like on the easier tier than something like dude who plays Arthur in Red Dead 2 and he has thousands upon thousands of lines of dialogue and you know what I'm saying? Like, but congrats to him. I'm just saying.
No, it's mainly just a big deal because after so long, like we've all grew up with Mario, this is the next guy taking on the mantle of such a beloved character, the face of gaming, if you will.
Yeah. Well, congrats to him. Wish it could be me. Easiest job, and I'm sure they're giving him a lot of money for it. So shout out to him. Let's talk about some Forza. Forza came out, Forza Motorsport, because it's now what they claim to be a platform, so there's no number attached. I think it's an 84 on Metacritic, and want to go to Pong, who's been playing it. I think they had early access with this, right? Just want to know your general thoughts, man. How you feel about the game? All your thoughts. Yeah.
It's a good starting point. They do obviously have some things that they need to work on and fix, but as far as the main part of the game, which in racing games, of course, is the driving, they have done a marvelous job with the upgrades to the Forza Tech engine. You can absolutely 100% tell. Again, I take out a car that I actually owned in the Mitsubishi Evolution, and I always get that first when I get a new Forza game so I can see how the driving is and see, you know, how realistic it is. And I could tell the difference instantaneously when I first started playing with it. It feels great. And I'm loving it. I think Metacritic is about spot on with my initial experience here. I'd probably be right in that area. And I think that this is a platform going forward for them. So I think that there is things they're going to do, things they're obviously going to add there because there's stuff that is missing as of right now. And they got to tighten some things up too. I mean, again, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But overall, again, the experience has been phenomenal. It is one of those games that if you are a driving purist and you love driving cars, it makes you want to keep going and doing more. Not sold on the car PG aspect yet, being that it is attached to every single car. I think they need to change that to every single manufacturer because I believe as I get into my Ferrari collecting, it's going to get pretty tedious. But at this point, I am more than happy with the game and having a blast with it.
Okay. Thank you for that breakdown. Autumn, going to go to you next, and then J-Got as the Assetto Corsa fan and new to, I guess, Forza, going to see how you feel about it. The elitist. Autumn, go ahead.
This new motorsport, as Pong said, it's a platform, you know, for better or worse. How people are going to feel about that. People, like I've said before, you're going to be divisive depending on how you've played Forza in the past, or not even just Motorsport, but Horizon, shit, Need for Speed, any racing game out there that you've played previously that has what I would call a classic progression experience, you're not getting that with this game on any level, and that's going to be divisive for some people when it comes to the career mode. I look at this game the same way. I really enjoy reviews that I see that do the great, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This game it hits the entire spectrum. There's great stuff about this game. There is some really ugly stuff about this game, and then there's middling stuff about this game. I've put some time into career mode, but I'm like 95% multiplayer so far in the almost 72 hours I've played this game on clock since I've had it on the October 6th. The physics are they feel demonstrably better. If you've played Motorsport 7 or 6 or 5 or any of the previous games, Motorsport as a whole feels very different. And I think some people are going to get a bit of a shell shock to it when they first play the game, where they're probably not going to like the physics changes that they feel, because they're going to me, the game feels more difficult than it has in the past. There's some underlying mechanics they've changed, like using clutch, where, and this really only applies to controller users, by the way. If you use a pedal, this does not apply to you. But if you're using a controller, you're not, and you've used clutch in the past, you're gonna have to relearn a lot of stuff over again. If you were fast with clutch like I was in FM7, you're not gonna be fast with the clutch anymore. You're gonna have to relearn an entire. You're just gonna have to relearn all that muscle memory that you've had over the last 18 years for this game or this franchise. The graphics, and I've only ever done comparisons with the FM7 to show people the differences between that game. If you stand FM7 and Motorsport side by side, they do not look the same. They just don't. There are complete assets that have been reworked from the ground up. And I understand, right? This is where people are gonna, they'll laugh and, make jokes of, well, the ground up thing has become an entire meme. But I think anybody with more than 2 brain cells can see from surface level that their ground up stuff they've been talking about applies to the engine, which is obvious, the physics, which is obvious, and the curbside track detail, which is also obvious. And there's so much to talk about this game in so limited time. But I think if you're coming into this game from other games, rather, if you're coming to this game from iRacing, R Factor, Assetto Corsa, whatever, Gran Turismo, and you think that you're going to, I've seen people make the mistake, honestly, of saying, well, I'm fast on these games and I'm great on these games, so clearly I'm going to come in, I'm going to open up the laundromat, right? And I'm just going to wash people. And it's like, no, that's not how this works at all. I've seen some people say this game is garbage because I'm playing it like Need for Speed. How stupid do you actually have to be
Get 'em.
to even think that there is any tangible comparison between those two franchises? There's not, and there never has been. I think some people are going into this game thinking, like I said before, they're going to play it like stuff they've played before. And unfortunately, you're going to be sadly mistaken that you can't. If you don't learn the rules of this game, you're going to have a bad time. That's just how it is.
Okay. Gonna go to JGot. What are your thoughts as an AC player?
Okay, so I guess for starters, I'm playing on PC. I have a wheel. I have a semi-cube wheelbase, and I have a custom wheel that I use with the game. With Fanatec Clubsport V3 pedals. So I got a profile, so I can go ahead and use the game with the steering wheel settings and whatnot. Within the menus are kind of jank. Not really. They need to work on it, I guess. Seems like it when you're using your keyboard to navigate, it starts to glitch out for some odd reason. Hopefully they fix that. I've noticed that even with having DLSS turned on or off, my video card VRAM still stays the same. By the way, I have a 3090 Ti and I'm only using 4 gigs of RAM on it, which is kind of like odd. The game stutters quite a bit, especially in the last corner of the tracks I've been racing on, which kind of like when it stutters, you lose all force feedback. Like it just instant pause and then it gets right back. So it's kind of weird. I don't know why it does that. Hopefully that'll be fixed. When everything's working, the game is fun. I'll give it that. Just like Autumn had said, I don't really spend that much time on the single player side of it. I'm not really, the whole car PG thing is not really a thing that I really enjoy when it comes to racing games. But I know that some of the physics of the vehicle, when you crash into the wall, it doesn't even matter. Like the car still handles the same. That's one thing I don't know if they're gonna fix that or that's
So
just
J-Got, let me ask you
part of
something.
Forza or something. I don't know. Go ahead.
Do you have damage on?
I'm playing online, so it's based on whatever the server has, right?
Yeah, exactly. The featured multi. If you're doing featured multiplayer does not have damage enabled. You're gonna have to do that in private lobbies. So if
So
you
does
did,
the single player have it on or something or
if you
what?
toggle it on, it's tailored to whatever experience you want. If
Is
you
it
turn
is it on by default or is it off?
for the single player, it's off by it gives you an option. It says here's your difficulties. If
Yeah,
you
when
want
you
it on,
start
turn
it,
it on.
yeah, you turn it on. I turned
Okay,
it on
well,
because it. My bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. Because when you were saying that, I was like, I think that's optional because like I've done some damage because I'm horrible at these type of games and I crash it up and to the point the vehicle just becomes like uncontrollable if you do enough damage to it.
Yeah. So like if you turn the stuff on, I don't know why they don't have it in featured multiplayer specifically. Because whenever I do esports
Should be on, right?
with some of the people I play with, we always have damage on. And if you full force go into a wall, your clutch will get ruined, your suspension will be damaged, your body work will be done, your arrows, it will completely wreck your car. You will not be able to drive it more than 20 miles an hour.
Okay, well, when I get back to it, I'll turn that on. One thing I know is that the rain is like non-existent on the windshield. It doesn't even like show up really. From my experience with playing ACC, we follow another car in the rain. You have like the splash of the water hitting your windshield and whatnot. That's like non-existent in this game. I don't know if it's like that. I don't know if previous ones are like that or not. Are they? Asking a question. Are the previous Forza like that when it rains?
It's been variable. Like I think probably Motorsport 7 had the most detail when it came to individual splashes on the windshield from cars in front of you. This one's, like I said, it's very variable depending on what your rain level is, because there's like 6 different rain weather patterns that can be applied in this game, and it just depends on which one it is.
Okay, well, that's what I experienced. I don't know why the game's so huge. It's like 118 gigabytes, and I'm like, it's not an ugly looking game, but for the amount of stutters and whatnot, I'm like, where did all this? What did they focus on for the game be so huge? You know what I mean? But I'll still play it for the month I have Game Pass. Just try to see what I can get out of it. But like I said earlier, the game overall, even all the negative I did say, the game still has a fun factor there. So I'll give it that. I do hope they like adjust like some of the online racing, because I know if the practice lobby and the qualifying lobby was like 30 minutes long for like an 8-minute race. So maybe they could reduce that to like 15 minutes. Therefore, you can have more runs throughout the day. But that's just a personal preference for me, at least. I just don't see 30 minutes being such a, like, why is it so long to practice and qualify? Maybe 15 minutes should be fine for, like I said earlier, 8-minute race and whatnot. One thing I need to figure out is the tire degradation, because obviously softs, probably won't use that for qualifying, for actual race. Mediums preferred, but towards out of 7 laps, lap 5 or 6, your tires are pretty much done. You know what I mean? So Hard will probably be like the more ideal because it'll last longer, but it won't be as grippy as the other tires. So I need to figure out. That's just the driving style thing I need to figure out. But other than that, it's not really bad. I just don't know what the roadmap's gonna look like in terms of them releasing hot fixes and other updates to the game.
Okay. Smooth, you've been playing. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be as detailed as the other three because they have like expertise in these type of games. I'm not a sim racer. I'm just going to tell you the basics of what I like in terms of what I experienced so far. I've got to play. I'm thinking about like 15 hours in. I've just been really focusing on career. I tried multiplayer, and that's one of the aspects that I don't like about the game is this like the whole pre-lobby 30-minute racing, because I've lagged like out of it a couple times before the race even starts, so I haven't been able to even complete like an online game. So I was like, F it, I'm just gonna go career. Like I know you probably can do like private games or different modes or something. Maybe one of you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but whatever standard multiplayer I tried and it required a 30-minute like practice time, I did not want to do that for 30 minutes. I don't even like doing the practice that they sort of force you to do in the career mode. I do it because I guess sort of use it to cheese XP to rank up my car faster. So I can get it done in practices. But as far as the way the game feels and the way they allow you to customize it to your style. Obviously, the only thing I've really adjusted was more so the difficulty and obviously the damage, because you want to just see how far you can take it, how much detail they got into it. I experienced a few visual bugs like flickering during like the ray tracing mode. I don't know if it's like flickering shadows or something like that. It was very distracting, but I needed to reboot the game to get rid of it. The game doesn't, the quick resume doesn't work on the game, which is disappointing. I don't know if it's because it's always online, but as far as it being this is what I call a therapeutic game. I literally play it just to, like, I'm playing it now, like the pastime. The game is pretty. It looks good. I like the whole day and night cycle and how different the tracks look at different types of days, how different they feel. They put a lot of, like, I guess, small detail that people won't notice in this game when you experience inclement weather, or how they kind of sort of like teach you or sort of encourage you to best your turns when you're hitting a corner.
Jesus Christ, who is this driving? This you, Smooth?
No, I don't even think this is my gameplay. This is can't be.
Oh, this is probably Fuzzy's. This might be Fuzzy Bill.
No. I drive cars that are like cars that I wish I could drive.
Okay.
But yeah, my gameplay probably not that much better. Oh, and I also turned, like, I think in some of the gameplay you will see it. I eventually turned off like all HUD elements because the game does truly shine when you take that stuff off and you kind of get to see what it looks like. But no, I think they did a good job. There's some, like I said, there's some things they need to fix. I do echo the same things that Jay got mentioned with the multiplayer aspect of it. That I think that needs to be exclusive to like just ranked, or remove that option out, or find a way. Because when you think of multiplayer, you want to jump in, you want to jump out. I don't want to, complete one race in 45 minutes, right? That's discouraging. So like, I don't think I'm going to have a lot of playtime online unless they, casualize that up a bit. They got to do some technical work a little bit here and there. It's like they got over ambitious with the engine. It's like they nailed everything in terms of how the game is supposed to feel and how pretty much getting like the accuracy right on how the car is supposed to perform, how they're supposed to react. But I think the game did take a visual hit here and there. Because some cases this game looks phenomenal, and some of these cases it's like, damn, why does it look like that? You know what I mean? Sometimes I argue whether which game looks better, is it this or Forza Horizon? And theoretically, this game should look better because it has less to work with.
This man Fuzzy out here driving like Dominic Toretto, boy. This man.
Dive Bomb Central, man.
I love it.
Family.
Like
Hey.
diving in deep end.
Yeah.
But overall, the game. Overall, they did a good job with the game. And I like it. It's the most I played in Forza Motorsport. So.
The practicing you guys are. Sorry, I was gonna say the practicing you guys are talking about. It's not. It's so the time limit that you're allowed to practice is again. It's dependent on when you join that session. So if a session in the multiplayer lobbies just opens up like at that second,
right?
it's 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So and that's why I only if I see anything open, I always join when it says it closes in like 8-9 minutes because that means I have like 12-13 minutes to practice. So it's nowhere near as long as 30 minutes like you guys are experiencing.
Well, I mean, that's the full. If you hop in when it opens up, you know what I mean. But
Hey, is this game better than the Crew or not? Because when the Crew came out, niggas kept saying,
Ain't nobody care about the Crew.
I don't think you would compare the two.
I'm just saying when.
Well, the
like
Crew.
y'all ain't-
The Crew is trying to be like Forza Horizon, and no, the Crew is not better than Forza Horizon.
No, I'm talking about this new Forza that just came out.
You're insulting them by even bringing up the Crew.
But I don't think it's a fair comparison, man. Honestly, they're not even the same type of game.
even if you're comparing it to Forza Horizon, I'm not speaking on the Crew 3 specifically, Motorfest, whatever the fuck it's called. But the Crew 1 and 2 were by far those were the ugliest games I have ever played in my entire fucking life.
Get them.
The Crew is horrible.
Don't call me
horrible franchise.
She called you a bitch.
Right.
So I want to add a couple more things on. Hopefully they fix this. I'm not sure. The game. This I'm probably in this chat I would be. It has no triple monitor support. So if you try
trying to do triple monitors in 2023.
For sim racing I have triples. I don't know what
to
tell you.
You right.
Yeah,
I guess y'all.
so
y'all do that. Okay.
Yeah. So I have so the game doesn't support it. Like the resolution shows up, but your two side monitors or the image is just stretched, right? So I don't know if they're gonna fix that or not, or try to address that. Also, one thing I've noticed too, what was it? I forgot.
I don't know. I still think triple.
Yeah,
I get it. It's
Yeah,
right
do
for
that.
like. I get it. I get that it's right for like it is common for people who play sim racers seriously. Triple monitors to me now just sounds crazy. Back in the day, I was like, that's a fire setup. Now I'm looking like, yo, it's egregious. But I would. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. One other thing that I've noticed, I don't know if anybody here is on a wheel. Does anybody play with the wheel, or they're all controllers? Just what I thought. So I noticed that.
You looking down on? They're going to that elitism. That elitism.
Hey, I noticed because I've read this elsewhere and videos popped up the same thing, that the wheel settings, they don't save. I gotta like select it each time. So like even though we leave the option menu, I'll ask you, do you want to save it? You say yes, right? And close the game up and reopen it. I have to go back and reselect it. I shouldn't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a bug that they have to fix ASAP. That is 100% a bug.
So so my wheel, my pedals, all that, it's not active. I got to go over and turn it on. So
yeah.
Pong.
Like
I said, huh? Go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask Pong. Do you play Gran Turismo at all?
No, I did all the way up through Sport, but I haven't played the new one at all yet.
So why do you feel that Gran Turismo is a hulking piece of shit and Forza is better?
Damn.
I would definitely not say that because I loved Gran Turismo. Once Forza 2 came along, because again, I'll just say this. When it comes to the driving aspect, like there's still things that I like in Gran Turismo. Overall presentation, some of the car modeling, that kind of stuff, replays. Gran Turismo still takes a cake. But the main reason why I play racing games is for the driving. And the driving to me, Forza has always done better since number 2 on than Gran Turismo was doing. I think Polyphony has not done enough work on their physics models. They still have not gotten rid of, obviously, what everybody's seen. It's a meme, the popsicle stick effect, where it feels like the road's driving underneath the car, not the car driving over the road. They still have not gotten rid of that. They've gotten better at their sense of speed, which was another issue I had, but I still think that Forza presents the realism of whatever speed you're at on track, that feeling, it's just a better overall experience for me as far as those specific aspects go when it comes to Forza. And that's why I play racing games. When I'm playing a track racer like this, that's exactly what I want to feel. Everything else is just window dressing to me at that point. I can still look at it and say, oh yeah, they're better over there or they're better here. But at the end of the day, I'm there to drive. Period.
Okay. So I have no opinion on Gran Turismo or Forza. I just like to bait people who play both,
I'm not talking about that game. But like I don't know if any of you guys that drove the Civic, if is there a way to turn off the rear view mirror? Because it takes up like a third of the screen.
Yeah, it's part of UI.
Yeah.
You can remove it.
Well, I tried to turn it off and it's still there. Like it's a physical object in the vehicle. So
And
like
I am ready to move on because low key J God is just trying to shit on the game and say, he plays the better racer.
No,
we see what you're doing.
I drive in the car and like you can't see the apex on the right when the mirror's there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's
true.
Assetto Corsa is better, ain't it? You just want to say Assetto's better, bro. Just say it.
I'm asking a legit question. I mean,
You
like
want to physically take the mirror out of the car?
well, you can't. Well, the thing is, where it's placed in the car, your view is very minimal to see the actual turn on the right.
Say
so
it.
like you're like almost guessing. So I had to change the view to drive.
J
with the hood
God, just
cam,
say it, bro.
Which is fine.
Just say it.
BG, it's not working, man.
We know what you want to say. This is all you came up here. Yo, we know what he want to say. He playing games. He beating around the bush.
Speak your truth.
I'm asking a question. If it's just me is in the way, or is it like that? I mean,
Jack, why he won't keep it real and say what he want to say?
Hey, man.
Like, what's wrong with this guy?
We all know J God loves.
Why you sound like Big
ACC,
Cloud
it's
right
fine.
Let's get that.
you got it's not working. What you guys trying to do? It's not working.
What he really wants to say, you see in Assetto Corsa. That's what he really want to say. And he won't
just
do it.
asking. I'm just saying it's like the mirror's in the way. Like there's no way to move it or anything or turn it off.
I know how you be saying. You're like, man, get out of the way. That's how you be saying to Jacob. I know how you talk. Got kids. Get out of the way.
The very last thing I want to say on this, because I know obviously your time is precious and all that, is I think this is a very good game. Do they have a lot of stuff they need to work on? Of course. There are visual bugs, there are weird, like minute eccentricities about this game that I find strange when it comes to upgrades. There's a lot of stuff that they need to fix on this. And if you want them to fix it, don't go to Reddit for fucking video games. Go to the Forza forums where smart people go and express your complaints because they see those there. If you want to see this game get fixed, go to the forums. I have not, in my years on Twitter, I have not seen so many meat riders and people on my balls for 24 hours straight.
And she
For
meant that.
24 hours straight on a game they have never touched in their entire life and will never touch. For people that downplay racing games in general, which I get it, it's sports. I 100% get it, right? But for people that don't even like car games to begin with, I have never seen so many people on my nuts. Like I do not understand it. I really don't. Like I said, this personally to me, this is an 8 out of 10 all day. It's not going to reach a 10 out of 10 because there are problems with this game. There are visual bugs, like Smooth said. There are weird wheel bugs, like J God said. There is weird car PG progression for this game that I don't agree with. And if you're a Forza faithful from the classic games, you're not going to like the way they did some of these things. But I personally, for me, the multiplayer is as good as it has ever been. This is a good game, and I will stand by that.
Thank you all for that breakdown.
Want to say to whoever on Twitter that tried to share some screenshots of tire tracking not being present in Forza, you a damn liar. You're not playing the game. No, not
it's there.
It's clearly there, and I was like, they really sharing this shit like that?
Yeah. The mudslinging, but when it comes between GT and Forza, oh god, it's y'all turn into little shit throwing monkeys, low key. It's glorious. It's glorious.
I don't know if that's racist yet.
It's not. That's what they devolve into. It's. I love to see it though. Crips and Bloods, with cars. It's amazing. But moving on. Thank y'all for that. Forza conversation. All right.
Get y'all that.
Assetto Corsa is better. All right. Jack.
Twist his toes when he said, "Yeah, brother."
Me and you have been, lushing over, Lies of P. Both think it's amazing. You know, it's a sleeper hit of the year. I thought the game was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be good as it turned out to be. Now, you know, I'm on New Game Plus 2, and you know, you on New Game Plus. We both love it. My question to you is, let's say Bloodborne is not in development right now from PlayStation for whatever reason, even though it's like one of the most highly demanded games. And I think I had pitched you this question on when I was live streaming. I don't know if you saw it and answered. If you're a PlayStation, are you not on the phone with these dudes? And I'm not talking about acquisition, but I'm just talking about like, yo, what's up? Let's do a partnership. We allow y'all to you know, we give y'all the Bloodborne IP. Y'all start working on Bloodborne. Would that not be an amazing idea?
That would be a phenomenal idea. I think Neo is the developer, correct?
Yeah, that's the publisher.
Yes.
The developer is Round 8, I believe.
Okay, Round 8. Well, yeah, bro, they did their thing. Like you said, I thought the game was gonna be good. Like this shit, my game of the year so far, man. It's fire. And like you were saying, Twitter is very optimized. The game, it's the shit, bro. Fire, bro. If you fuck with Souls type games and you ain't playing, bro, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah,
Your
they
mic is cutting out
definitely
again,
should.
by the way.
Again, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck going on my internet
Go to
today.
the other side of your room, bro. It's probably.
Yeah. But we heard most of what you said though. You were just
Oh well, shit. Then well, we good then.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mic fucking on though.
Yeah, and at the end of the game, they do tease what they're working on next. But bro, I would be on the phone with them immediately, like because they for a studio that has never made. Someone told me they didn't make somewhat of a Souls game, but like no, it was something small that wasn't very good. Nobody cared about. So they made this fantastic game, bro. I'm like, yo, this is truly impressive.
Is this the first Souls game that y'all have cared about the story?
It's the first Souls game that you can follow the story without
looking up lore.
Yeah, without looking up lore, without going through the game, talking to NPCs 10 times to try to decipher what they say, without listening to a 5 to 10 hour breakdown on YouTube. Yes.
I think that's one of the like most understated things about this game. Like, because when you mentioned that bonus scene at the end, I was like, yo, what the fuck? When I played Bloodborne and shit like that, I did not give a fuck who Father G was. I didn't care about that big ass. Like, I didn't care what was going on. But this one, I'm actually interested to see where.
Not only is it good, like it's easy to follow and understand. It's well written. It's not like it's not like it's easy to understand because it's simple. It's just well written and well narrated, and they don't do this thing where like I think From Software sometimes have their like heads up their ass where they think, let's make everything as mysterious and nebulous as possible where you can't actually understand anything the NPCs are saying. And they think that's cool. And they think that makes them like I don't know, like they're smarter than everybody else. Like it's obnoxious and it's annoying, honestly, but nobody calls them out for it. Right? You know, they put good dialogue into the game, really interesting NPCs that connect to side quests, and just a really good story and lore that is presented to you in a very direct way. You don't gotta, go dumpster diving for it and all that stuff. It's there, bro. So
that's what I hope with if they do part 2 or DLC. I hope the side quests are a little bit more than kill that enemy and bring that shit back to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hope it's a little bit more into like the story and lore, because that city, I forgot, Krat City, the ambiance of that whole location and the history. And I don't know if y'all talked to Vingini, I think that's his name. Him and his butler gave a lot of detail about, how the world got to that way,
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I hope they dig into that.
Yep. Okay. All right. The next is Halo Infinite Season 5 is it's coming out. Halo Infinite is having a little bit of a multiplayer resurgence. Smooth, you happy? No?
Damn.
Don't care? Pong? You been playing Halo Infinite?
No. I am famously the casual Halo player. I really don't have an affinity towards Halo at all. I'm happy to see though that they continue to work on it. Obviously, that fan base deserves it. And obviously, Forge mode has done a ton, but the remade 343 team that they got on it now are obviously putting the work in and the time in. So for all the Halo fans, and there's still a gazillion of them out there, man, it's good to see this. Like you said, a small resurgence in the multiplayer. There's a consistent player base there now. It's not as big as obviously Xbox would hope, but that's where it's at because of obviously how it all began. So it's just good to see them continue to work on it, and I'm happy for the fan base. And I've obviously got a lot of people that I'm friends with that play it. So they're all going to hop back into it for season 5 for sure.
Do you have a Switch, Pong?
No, I have not owned a Nintendo since the Super Nintendo. Nintendo is not
Fire.
Yep.
Since the Super Nintendo. Do you mind me asking your age?
48.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
What were you, 15? I'm bad at math. I'm just guessing. 15 when the 15, 20 to 20 when the Nintendo.
So we're in the teens there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. When I switched over to Genesis, it was over with. I just outgrew Nintendo. I still respect Nintendo for the hustle and for everything else, and there's a couple franchises that I do miss out on, like Fire Emblem and that kind of stuff that I'd love to play, but it's not enough to get me to buy Nintendo. Now, the Switch 2 rumors, they have my ears perked, right? So for the first time in a long time, Nintendo's got me interested as long as they put backwards compatibility in, which I'm not holding my breath. So, but yeah, that's where I'm at with Nintendo.
Okay. Blandrew, you there?
What's up?
Mario Bros. Wonder. They've been showing off the last preview for the game because it comes out same day as Spider-Man. Was October 20th. Any final thoughts on the preview?
I've been avoiding spoilers. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, we got to have this conversation. Okay, because I guess I was being the bad guy again. Because people were talking about Mario spoilers, and I'm like, you can't spoil a Mario game. Yes, obviously it doesn't have a story to spoil, but I don't even consider the gameplay mechanics and Mario power-ups. Are they really spoilers? Are they really spoilers, Blandrew?
Yeah, I don't look. When it pertains to stuff like this, you guys were just saying how much you can't really understand story in these Souls-like games, but people still don't want to know what happens as far as boss fights and locations and everything like that. You can absolutely spoil a Mario game.
I don't know. I have a hard time going with that because of the power-ups and the
I don't listen to the songs. I don't look at the locations. I just look at the original trailer, maybe
the songs are spoilers too.
Yeah, bro, all that stuff is part of the experience.
Man, y'all something else. Everything is spoiler to y'all,
bro. The Spider-Man launch trailer.
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
God.
Yep. Insomniac, bro. Insomniac has spoiled Spider-Man 2 more than I could possibly. As the infamous I spoil games person that people claim that I am, even though I beat those accusations. They spoiled. They spoiled Spider-Man in the console trailer, that custom console trailer. There was a spoiler in that. In this launch trailer, there's a pretty big spoiler. In the footage they gave IGN, I guess that was IGN's choice, but there was a big spoiler in that. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. It doesn't bother me as much, but I can see why other people would be completely upset. They going crazy with it.
I'm surprised after a certain point you guys just don't go dark on some of these games. You just refuse, because even Xenoblade Chronicles 3 had a whole Nintendo Direct focus, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch that. I've seen enough that I need to see it, and I just muted everything Xenoblade related.
Okay. Sonic Superstars is coming out this week.
Yeah, it comes out this Tuesday, and then Mario is Friday.
Okay, Rystar, your moment is coming, so make sure you're on this coming Sunday. That's the only time I ever have use for you is when a Sonic game is coming out or when a baseball game is coming out. So make sure you are.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
What? I'm being honest with the man. I love him to death, but I mean,
saying somebody they only when Sonic come out, you realize how fucking crazy sounds.
Hey, right? If he want to love Sonic that much, that's when I'm gonna bring him on. That's everybody got. Listen, what ain't the saying is if you can't be used, then you're useless. There you go.
Pause. But yeah. Okay.
Hey
There you
BG,
go.
let me bring it back to Spider-Man and Super Mario Bros. Wonder real quick. So we were talking in the Discord about Metacritic scores and sales prediction for both Mario Wonder versus Spider-Man. They think Mario Wonder should have got delayed because Spider-Man is a much bigger series than Super Mario Bros. From a Metacritic standpoint and from a sales standpoint, which do you think will be winning between the two?
I think it'll be close. I think Spider-Man is getting an 88 at Metacritic. I think Mario Wonder might get a 90, 91. Sales-wise, I think Mario is taking that too. I mean,
Mario definitely outselling it.
Yeah, it's the Switch. What I don't even know what number they're up to. But
Say it again, BG.
Yeah, it's the Switch.
The
And
Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what number they're up to, but Spider-Man 2 is exclusive, is just exclusive. I'm gonna be real. Even if it was like also on PS4 and PS5, I still think Mario Wonder would outsell it. But I think Spider-Man, if I had to put a number out, like I said, Metacritic 88, week 1 sales, it should do. I think it should do 6 million in a week. Should.
Yeah, 5, 6.
Hell no.
I
what's
think
you
it
guys'
should.
best launch, like God of War at 3 or something, or
No, God of War was 5 in a week, but it was 3 and 3. It was something like that. But it was 5 in 1 week.
It's not doing 5 or 6 million. It might do. I'm gonna say it do at the most.
How much?
4 million.
Nah, I think that would be bad for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is your number one one seller, right? Or is that...
It
you
is
gotta look at
combined.
Spider-Man 1 did like 3.5. That
right, but I'm expecting big growth, and this being one of the main thing that PlayStation has this year, the really only thing, that they had to have this year. It's coming out close to the holiday season. There's a console for it. You've been marketing it like crazy because there's nothing else to market. This should sell 6. That's what it's given everything you've done. It should.
But is it though? I don't think.
I don't know. I think the lowest, bro, like 5.7. But it should, bro. I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you, but that's not, bro. You gotta think. I think God, what was going on? But it did, but I don't know that.
Can you go reset your router or whatever you did last time?
It's fucked up
Jack?
again.
Yeah,
Jesus,
it's still
fuck.
go reset that router or something, or
Sorry about
appreciate that. But yeah, that's it's Mario. It's the Switch. What is that? 100? How many Switches are sold now?
We're probably around 130 at this point.
Yeah, it's winning that. I don't think neither one of them hurt each other though. Like I don't think.
Me neither. I don't know what that was. I think Mario hurts Sonic more than it does anything else surrounding it.
Yeah. I don't see neither one of those. Those are two games that could launch on the same day. But I don't really. There's going to be overlap, but I don't think they're hurting each other at all. Like the fan bases are like really split on what to buy. Some people will wait, buy one over the other, but they'll probably buy the next one pretty soon. And it's not like these are long games, so you'll beat one in a week, you'll get the other one, and the next week beat that in another week. So yeah, I think it's fine.
And lastly, I think this game is getting extremely overlooked for a Game of the Year contender, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. You think we'll see it up there?
I don't, but not because I think in any other year probably, but I think because there's so many good games this year, and I think they kind of feel like they have to have an indie game in there. I think the slot that Mario Wonder would get, they put an indie game there. Because
I don't know. Like you said, I feel like we have too many quality games released.
I think they need to expand the awards this year.
I think they should leave the indies out.
They should. Or they should expand the awards. One of the two. He should expand it out to 8.
Yeah, because it's always 6, and they have their Nintendo game which is Zelda. So I feel like they're gonna look at it like, okay, we got Zelda. There's a Spider-Man 2. There's the Xbox game Starfield. There's Final Fantasy. There's Baldur's Gate. That's 5, and then the 6.
Wait, you said Starfield?
Starfield's getting nominated. They're not gonna snub. If they snub Starfield,
it's not a snub for Starfield. We're just being objective in the way reviewers review games.
Let me tell you, if they snub Starfield, it will be literally a horrible place on Beyonce's internet, bro. When you get on Twitter It is going to be World War VI.
Look,
if they snub that
I,
game.
I understand what you're saying, but from like the same people that vote on these video game panels for what should be nominated are the same people that review these games when they come out. You got games like Hi-Fi Rush, Pikmin 4, Sea of Stars, all types, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Spider-Man 2, games that are going to be removed from the conversation just so we can say, hey, let's have an Xbox game so we can have a battle against
they already think Jeff Keighley is a Sony employee. They already convinced to that, bro.
Listen, man, if Starfield gets snubbed, they're gonna be on Jeff Keighley's neck.
Oh
That
my
dude's
God.
done.
I'm
He's
gonna
done.
be right there, bro.
They're gonna be like,
Rush
oh yeah,
is a better contender than Starfield.
they're gonna be like, oh, the payment went through. I'm telling you.
Here's the deal with Starfield is that a lot of the reviewers, after the initial scores, continue to play Starfield afterwards, and you could tell their thoughts had changed. So I think that there is potential there. I don't think that the review scores were all necessarily accurate to the overall feelings when they continued to play the game afterwards, because that game was near impossible to review in totality with the time that they were given, just because of how big it is. So I think there is a chance that some of them will change their minds and will give the nod, at least for the nomination.
Yeah,
I do think you're right there, BG.
A lot of people's thoughts is that they really love Starfield, especially in the new game plus or whatever it is, after you actually beat the game. They really love it there. So yeah, I just don't think they can do that. No, I'm gonna be real. I don't think, and Jeff Keighley isn't the one who picks. We all know that he's not the one who picks the actual nominees. It's a whole cast and panel of different industry members and all that stuff. But still, he's the face of it. He's gonna be under a lot of scrutiny.
Dog.
You're good now.
You sound great.
Yeah, he's going to
brother.
be under a lot of scrutiny if Starfield is not a nomination. They're going to kill him, bro. They're going to kill him. He can't do it.
First of all, Jeff Keighley absolutely does have a slant towards PlayStation. But like I said, a lot of the people because this same thing happened in 2019 when we had games like Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and Astral Chain, and a bunch of other Nintendo games that reviewed higher than games like Control that was broken at launch and Death Stranding. But for some reason, those higher reviewed games were completely neglected from the conversation. Fire Emblem even ended up winning Player's Choice of the Year, but wasn't even in the conversation for Game of the Year. So I understand why Starfield would have to be there, but at the same time, I think that show becomes you're kind of raising an eyebrow at it at this point when you go to look at it, because
That's a default nomination. You know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
No. Nope.
But Blandrew thinks it could or should be snubbed, Jack. And I'm telling him the reaction would be bad.
What was it? Is it worthy of a Game of the Year nomination? I don't think I think most people would say no. If we being honest.
Wait. Hold on. Because remember, Forza Horizon 5 didn't get a Game of the Year nomination at all, and it was the highest rated game of the year.
Racers and sports games are different. We
hey,
know
that was more than a racer. But
please.
But also, Ghost of Tsushima Metacritic scores in 83, got nominated, and Death Stranding wasn't all that crap.
Ghost of Tsushima got nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was in the nominees with The Last of Us and The Last of Us one.
Oh wow, wow, okay.
And
it might have. I don't remember.
Stranding, the year Death Stranding one, it got it didn't win, but got nominated. And
we called that out at least.
And Control, I don't even know what the Metacritic for Control is. I don't know how it got nominated.
Control was like 70 something.
Control not a bad game though.
But that's when everybody was sucking Remedy's dick, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, you're finally releasing a game for PlayStation.
Oh, like, the rumors of PlayStation buying Remedy and all that, so they had to
earned them a nomination.
That's when
they earned them a nomination for a game that wasn't even better than Quantum Break.
But yeah, y'all were dick sucking Remedy until they started working with PlayStation. Then it was bad. I remember that shit. And Control actually a good game. That's not a bad game, bro.
It's not a bad game, but Control proved that Quantum Break wasn't a bad game either. They were damn near the same shit.
I still got to play that.
Quantum Break wasn't bad at all. It wasn't. It just wasn't very fleshed out. That was the issue with it. Jack, let me ask you this while your connection is good. So the PS5 is getting cloud streaming, launching this month for PlayStation Plus Premium members. Hundreds of titles like Ghost of Tsushima, Miles Morales, Dead Island 2, Fall Guys, includes DLC and add-ons, game trials for a variety of PS5 games, high quality options, 4K, 1440p, pretty much all the resolutions, HDR, all the audio options, records up to 3 minutes of footage, yada yada yada. What are your thoughts? This is for premium members. Do you care? I don't care about cloud streaming.
I think it's great. My problem with this only is that I do not understand why they rose the price of every tier. All the things they're adding to PS Plus right now, which they are adding a decent amount of shit, it's all for, none of it is for the essential tier. So why did you raise it to $80 a year if they're not going to get anything? It makes no sense. Like, I just don't understand the rationale behind that. But other than that, man, this is cool. You know what I mean? Like somebody said on Twitter, it announcing this and then saying you can't do cloud streaming on the portal is kind of dumb, though, because like this would be the perfect thing to do on a PS Portal. But I mean, I ain't got no issue with it. Seemed like a cool idea.
So since they raised the price for these PlayStation Plus tiers, they've announced cloud streaming and something else. I forgot what the other thing was.
The movie shit, PlayStation Core.
So yeah, I wanted to ask, do you think the reception would have been better, or at least not so bad, if they announced the stuff first, or with the price increase, instead of just increasing the price and then waiting and announcing this stuff?
They should have announced this with the price increase, absolutely. Because they announced the price increase, they snuck it into a blog post at the very bottom of the post. Like, they ain't expect people to even see that shit, bro. Like, yeah, announce you got some new fucking benefits coming to the. They say they was gonna do it to add benefits, but like, bro, you can't say that and then give me Saints Row, brother. Like, that's not an added benefit, my guy. Like, y'all bugging.
Yeah, to me, this stuff still doesn't, equal what their, the price increase, because the stuff I don't care.
I agree.
Stuff
I agree.
I don't care
they
about.
need to give essential members something, bro. You can't raise it to $80 a year and not give them shit. Like, you're not giving them anything.
Yeah,
It's
just
ridiculous.
for the cloud saves and all that. That's all they're paying for, really, because you ain't got no multiplayer games.
And cloud saves was already on there. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's it. That's all you're paying for. So, yeah, I was just wondering that. Okay. I hate all this cloud stuff, though. All the cloud
Gaming is not bad, man. A lot of people that was hating on cloud gaming, all of a sudden watch them enjoy it now. Well, I wasn't a big proponent of cloud gaming, but now that PlayStation's doing it and 4K
Came a long way since the Stadia, Jack.
It should have been all it's a long way. It's developed. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas make me sick.
They claim they claim it's the future. I'm like, that's y'all future. That's not my future.
Cloud gaming ain't bad, man. If it's implemented right, it's not bad, bro.
I don't know if I'll
really
ever be on board. I don't think I'll ever be on board for cloud gaming, bro.
Hey, man, not bad.
More PlayStation news that I think is good. Jack might not be so happy. PC trophies may be going to PC for PlayStation games. It seems like they're testing it out, according to a report. And if they're putting trophies, like to get like, so you get the same trophies as you connect your PlayStation account and all that stuff. That may mean a launcher is on the way too. And then if a launcher is on the way, that may mean day one, day and date games too. If the trophies come, then that may come with a launcher, and then I definitely think like day and date is coming. I think those things are connected.
Well, the problem with all this shit is, and people gonna argue and say that I didn't say this. The whole problem I had with games coming to PC, it was that I said it was gonna stagnate the growth of the console business. And even though they're selling more than ever since they announced games coming to PC, PlayStation gamers have gotten less. Games ain't been coming out. Like, bro, besides Spider-Man 2, bro, I can't remember the last time we had a big game. The beginning of 2022? Like, bro, we not getting no fucking games. The development is shitting as hell. That we getting more peripheral and accessories than games. Tell me I'm lying. And every news story is about how they implement. The only reason we're getting remastered games at all is so they can put them on PC. If they didn't have a PC market, The Last of Us 1 wouldn't have remastered. The Horizon rumored remaster wouldn't be coming out. Last of Us 2 rumored remaster wouldn't be coming out. That was the whole point of adding backwards compatibility. So you don't have to constantly keep remastering these games. The only reason them games exist is because of the PC market. The only reason I think a lot of these shows and accessories exist is the PC market. They wouldn't come out with no fucking PlayStation Portal if they ain't want Nick, bro. All this shit go back to them doing PC gaming, bro. It's no doubt in my mind. It's clear as day. But this is what y'all wanted, so I'm good with it too.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm definitely down for the trophies. I'll say that. on PC. You know, because there's probably only a small percentage of people that care about it, but some people do, and you know they may want to play on PC, but they also want to get the trophy. So
when they gonna make trophies respectable again? That's an update I would like to see come to the platform. Never.
That's not
Okay.
happening.
But you like the PlayStation Stars though, right, Jack? That's a
PlayStation
good...
Stars is fucking dog shit.
Wow,
Actually, like
that's another thing. That's another thing.
That's $20 from PlayStation Stars.
Actually, bro, I've gotten like I think like
no. This is
100?
not. Hold on, listen.
$20.
Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. Because if you remember, they had Sony rewards. Originally, you get money from buying games and playing games and earning trophies. It's not like that no more. Now you got to play specific games on specific days to unlock a fucking digital 3D trophy. Like that shit is fucking ass, bro. Used to make way more money on Sony rewards, bro. And Sony rewards, you could redeem them points on anything. PSN cards, TVs. If you want to buy a fucking TV from direct from PlayStation, you can use your Sony reward points on the physical games, physical accessories. You can't do that with PlayStation Stars. You can't do none of that shit.
So, because I don't know, don't both still exist, or did they stop rewards for Stars?
Sony rewards exist, but they took away. They had it to where every certain amount of trophies you earn, you was getting money. So if you earn like, you know, whatever, 5, 10 platinum trophies, you getting $10, $15, $20. It ain't like that no more. It's not like that no more. The only way you get points back now is if you buy games.
Yeah, when you buy a new game, they say that it has to be eligible, but the past 3 big games, Liza P, The Crew, and Mortal Kombat, I got 700 points for each purchase.
You know what was funny? My shit was glitched for months because I noticed. I'm like, bro, my PlayStation Stars don't never go off when I earn trophies. It ain't saying shit. Bro, I buy a game. Bro, no, it was already in. I bought Little Nightmares 2, bro. It's like 7, 8 achievements popped up. I'm like, damn, nigga, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta click on the app and literally like a campaign.
Man, that shit
it'll
was
be like
glitched out, bro.
Yeah, it'll be like, you gotta buy this VR game. I'm like, I already bought it. I click it, start the campaign, then it pops for me.
I didn't even have to start no campaign. It just popped up. All that shit popped up after I bought the game.
And PlayStation Stars is not on PlayStation. It's only on the app. Like, you know, if you turn on your PS5.
No, they implemented it into the system.
It is okay. All right.
When they do that,
it just sounds kind of weird that it's only specific games that give you rewards like that. That sounds strange to me. They honestly need to make it so it's exactly like Microsoft Rewards because that program is clutch. Like I have seen so many people that don't even pay for Game Pass because they get so many rewards points that it pays for itself.
Sometime it'll be like, a lot of things they do is like, okay, play any PS4, PS5 game this month, and you'll get like some. But that's not for like actual like redemption money. That's for like a digital collectible. Like
most times, it's the reason why they're doing it. Like when they brought the Yakuza, whatever the fuck, the next campaign was, make sure you play one of these games. It was like Ghostwire Tokyo, Yakuza, Ghost of Tsushima. It was like a Japanese theme, you know. So
okay,
they definitely have incentives.
They need to merge. It would be a really good program if they merge PlayStation Sony rewards back with it. They said it was gonna do it and they still haven't. If they merge back or amend it to where like I don't see why. I don't know. I just feel like it could be a better program, bro. Especially the amount of money motherfuckers are spending to level up and all that, bro. Then you supposed to get priority with customer service. The customer service still dog shit. Like, nah, man, they bugging, bro.
Was it customer service flirting with BG this week?
That was Best Buy, sir.
He liked it though.
No.
He was like, hey, I'm trying to send this back. He was like, dress size?
Come on, bro. Oh man. Okay. What else is there? So I saw this who was it? Idle Sloth. He had mentioned that on the Xbox Era podcast that they said that what's the dude name? Not Tom Henderson. The other Tom Warren, I think.
Tom Warren.
Yeah, that he had said that that Xbox puck that was in like development for a while, it's like canceled now. Like I guess that's official because we never heard. It was like rumored for a while, and I think Phil Spencer had it in his back, in his background. So is that really officially canceled now? Like that's donezo?
You said an Xbox puck?
Phil talked about it in the one of his interviews, and he stated that it was on hold for right now. That it just wasn't where they wanted it to be yet. but he didn't ever state that it was canceled. So I don't know if Warren's got new information. Obviously, the dude's got a lot of connections. He's usually spot on with this stuff. But I don't know if he's using that term loosely or if he actually means that they have officially canceled it. Because, yeah, there has been no word like, hey, we're not doing this anymore. Phil just said it was on hold for the time being and that they would continue to work on the technology. And then, but it sounded like from his perspective, it was still going to come out at some point.
Yeah, and Blandrew, the puck is pretty much, and y'all know more than me. It's pretty much this dongle, and you plug it in, and it pretty much like it like can replace the console. You don't need a console to play Xbox games. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, streaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was the purpose of it. Okay. All right. I guess we'll see what happens. What else we got? Lords of the Fallen came out. I think the reviews are in the 70s, and it has some issues, stuttering. Just it seems to need some patches. They did say a new patch was coming out soon, and I think they dropped that. But even on like the most powerful PCs, like dude was talking about, like he's on like a 4090, he's still getting like the just hitches and. Just it's stuttering all the time and frame drops left and right on a 4090. So it needs some optimization.
A lot.
And I bought the game because, I'm about to be finished with Lies of P after I get this platinum. I was like, okay, I'm going to move on to this next Souls game. But it's another one of those games, even though this game is this year has been great for gaming. There's been a bunch of games where, okay, you got to wait till like after 2 months before you play it. And in the case of Jedi, you kind of had to wait 6-7 months to actually play the good version of it. So I don't have any actual like impressions on the game because I haven't played it, because I'm going to be waiting on at least a few more patches, unfortunately.
Yeah, people are calling that game Lords of the Fallen frame rates, man. And that game looks spooky online. I've seen some crazy just videos of, like you said, people with a crazy PC hardware that are getting like they're in the digits, man, the single digits. Like, why? And then I'm seeing videos for the Xbox Series X where you're looking at textures that are legit. You could be not mistaken by saying that game's from like the PS2 era. It looks really bad.
Look like Play-Doh.
Straight up like soup Play-Doh.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because I mean, listen, I actually played and beat the first Lords of the Fallen, which was a very bad game. Yeah, it was a bad game. But it was, bro, that game is like also like 3-4 hours long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a very short Souls game.
I didn't know they made the Surge too. That developed.
They made what?
The Surge.
You said the Surge?
Yeah.
Were they the Surge? I can't remember. Isn't that Deck 13? What am I thinking of? Let me check. I don't think so. The Surge. Let me see. That's Deck 13. Oh, but Lords of the Fallen switched developers. I think Deck 13 were the original Lords of the Fallen developers, but they switched. Let me see.
And Hexworks and Defiant Studios worked on this one.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, Hexworks and Defiant Studios. So they had switched because remember this game was in development hell for like 10 years, something crazy, a crazy amount of years. So this is supposed to be their redemption story, and even though it's clearly a better game than the original, it still, unfortunately has all these issues. So
just to go back to what you were talking about too, BG, because Steele and I talk about this all the time on Living Split Screen, and it's come to the point now with single player games that if you can get over your FOMO, it is better to wait on most of them. You will wind up paying less and get a better experience in the long run. And that's really where gaming's at right now. And we've seen a lot of it this year. Like you brought up some great examples there. And that's just kind of where we're at. And it is disappointing to say that, but at the same time, it is a lesson to be learned for a lot of gamers these days that it's just, if you don't need to play it day one, if you absolutely don't need to play it day one, just hold off, because you're going to get patches, you're going to get a better experience, you're going to get a more complete experience in a lot of cases than you would playing it the first time. And if you're one of those people that never go back to your single player games, you might as well wait, because you don't want to have that one experience be okay and then everybody else has a great experience, but you just don't feel like going back and playing it again. So I think it's a good point to be made for sure.
Yeah.
I think one of the big reasons is not being spoiled. I think people would rather hop on, play, get their own experience.
That is one of the things. Yeah.
We got some people on the podcast right now that just post final bosses.
Well, I haven't done that in a very long time.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, y'all got to stop like talking about me, as my past. That's not who I am anymore.
That for Liza P?
No, I didn't. That I posted the one of the bosses, but that's not like a spoiler. I just used them as the cover for the video. They're not a spoiler. The Brotherhood, they're not a spoiler, Jack. Because I think they're also in the trailers. They're just one of the. Yeah, I didn't spoil that. So really quickly, somebody had submitted Disney Speedstorm, which is a kart racing game with the Disney characters, right? Submitted it as gameplay. It's going to show up soon, I think, after Street Fighter. And I was looking at this. I was like, yo, this kind of look fire, right? Because me and my wife and my nephew, we like to play kart races. We be playing Mario Kart, Mario Kart 8 a lot together. And I'm like, oh, this kind of look fire. We could have add another kart racer to the mix. So I go look up Disney Speedstorm, see what the price is. It's a free-to-play game. I'm immediately disgusted. About to throw up.
Wasn't that a live service game?
Yeah, it is.
And I don't people what the hell?
It seems to be good. It's like in the high 70s. Seems to be.
I didn't like it when I played it.
A decent racer. But like I said, it's free to play. I'm disgusted. I'm like, ew. Because here's the thing: when it comes to free to play games, it always comes with like homework and research. Because now it's free to play. Now I got to look up. Okay, what's the monetization like? What's the economy like? I got to do all this research. So I Google some stuff. It's like, okay, now I got to be a researcher. There's a founders pack. There's a like a middle pack, and then there's like an elite pack or whatever. All right, okay, what comes with the best pack, and how much is it? Oh, it's $70. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, it's essentially a full price game to buy the best pack. Okay, but how many characters are in the game? It's like 18 characters available, and they only give you a few characters at launch, like before you buy anything. And now I gotta do all this math. Okay, the best pack comes with this and this much money. Okay, what characters can I buy? It's like, bro, that's why the point is free to play model, bro. That's why I hate it. It's just all this stuff that comes with it. If you want to even like go into a free, I'd rather pay $70 up front than to have to deal with doing all this math, all this calculating, all this research to see how the game works and how it is in the economy. I was like, man.
Now they put them mechanics in practice in full games. Now that's the whole issue with.
Yeah, you're breaking up again, but I heard what you said.
Fucking damn it.
Yeah, like they do put that same like model in some games that you pay for. That's true. I still feel like if I pay for a game up front, they might be a little less invested in, or a little less focused in figuring out how to completely get all their money back. Right?
Isn't that what Sony's headed towards or something? Or am I?
No, that's a part of games as a service, live service games. Absolutely, that's a part of it. But that's why I'm saying, I've always said, like, with these games that they're making, I would still rather pay up front for them rather than for them to be free to play. Because there's games that just launches like they're priced games, but then they slowly convert to like a games as a service. I kind of like that rather than this whole start out free to play stuff. Yeah, but yeah, that I hated doing all that. I'm probably still gonna play it, but yeah, that's why I hate the free to play model.
Why don't you just play it first and then decide if you like it and then do your homework?
I am, but I just hated the part where I just had to do the homework, just because what I'm saying.
Do the homework if you haven't tried it yet and didn't like it though, right? Because you could save yourself all that time. Just saying.
You're right. I was just curious, man, because it's like I just need to know if is it something that even want to bother with if it's like too much to
You
deal
get
with.
like 2 racers up front, and then everything else
Yeah.
is a buy. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I hear that.
So yeah, that's the experience with looking up Disney Speedstorm. All right, let's talk about the PlayStation 5 Slim. So here are the details. It launches December 6th. It is going to have the attachable Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive that you can buy with the PS5 Slim Digital Edition. It's going to have a 1 terabyte SSD. So that's slightly more storage than what the console had before. It was like 800 something. And then after the OS, it was even lower than that. So it's 30% less volume, and like 24% lighter than the original. It's gonna have like 4 cover panels because there's like the 2 top and 2 at the bottom, I guess.
False.
Oh gosh, 40. So the physical is 500. Digital is 450, which is $50 more than the original digital. It comes with a horizontal stand and vertical stand sold separately.
Can you
the
really
covers,
call that thing a stand? The horizontal one.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing about it, right? So I was talking to Forte on a podcast this week, and he actually, because you know how this original placed at PS5, it comes with a horizontal stand that can also be used as a vertical stand. He thinks, and I agree with him because it makes sense now that horizontal stand is a new horizontal stand that can only be horizontal. It cannot go vertical, and that's why they're selling the vertical one separately.
Absolutely,
which is crazy because they purposely changed the design of something to sell it to you, and the whole like digital version is a trap because of how they priced it, because it's $450, $450, right? The disc drive is like $70. It's like $79. It's like $80. So they're taxing you and they're punishing you if you buy the digital by saying, okay, you could buy this digital for $50 cheaper, but if you buy this disc drive later on, we're gonna get our money back plus more. So you might as well buy the physical one. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to pay for the more expensive console, and they're like, we're gonna get you on the back end in case you regret it and just buy the attached drive.
False.
It's sinister. It's very like Apple-ish. It's nickel and dimey. They crazy for this one, bro, because it's like there's no reason that the digital one should have increased in price. There's no reason, because the slightly increased storage doesn't compensate for that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So given that with the price increases for this revision and stuff like that, where does everybody think that leaves the PS5 Pro for next year? Because if prices aren't going down and it's still, the ceiling is still 500, where does that leave something with better technology in it for next year?
At the base, 549, possibly 600, I guess.
6, yeah, 599.
Which I think launching a console, even a premium one, at 600 is kind of insane. Even though it's for enthusiasts, most people don't buy. We know most people don't buy like the premium or elite consoles. Still, seeing a $600 price tag, it looks a bit crazy. It looks a bit nuts. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
You know what's crazy, bro? I say
Jack,
this on Twitter.
Jack, you're gonna have to fix your connection because I know you want to go off, but you gotta go reset and then go off.
Man, I'm done, bro.
He's trying to silence the truth, Jack. Just ignore it.
Yeah, my mic fucking up.
Yeah, go reset again and come back.
Nah, man. Nah, fuck that.
Oh man.
Hey man,
come on. He want to go off, or I don't know. Switch to your phone or something. Try something
I'm about
else.
to say, go to your phone, bro.
Go to your phone real quick or something, and come back in. Oh yeah. So and they said they are trying to get rid of the old PS5 models. They said they're trying to, once those are completely gone and out of stock, these are the replacements. So this will be the default PlayStation console going forward, because they are cutting cost, and they've increased the cost of this. So yeah, they just,
and the custom plates don't work on the new one, right, BG? Either, because they changed the plate design.
Yeah, that would make sense that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because and the covers are like $50.
Right.
So it's wild. It's a wild situation, man. It's kind of crazy, bro. Like when I was doing the math in my head, and it's like, wait, the disc drive is 80 and this is 450. I mean, that's more than the physical. Just get the physical. That's what they want you to do. Just pay more up front, or pay even more later on. It's crazy. And like the vertical stand, they've actually done that before, sold the vertical stand separately. They did it with the PS4 and the PS2.
Correct.
I think.
Yes,
So
PS2 for sure. I know that.
Yeah. So it's not unheard of. It's just with all the different pieces, it's very like, creating this like Apple-like hardware ecosystem where you're trying to get every little penny and dime from every little thing by selling it, separately, and it's crazy.
Yeah, because they can.
Hey, what? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say because they can. The crazy part about the stand is because you offered it with the original, to then turn around and take it away and say, "Oh, by the way, we're going to charge you $30 for something that's probably costing them." Let's be real, what, $5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. That's a little nuts, but
Y'all
it is very
got
Apple.
stand for the PS5. I don't even know where mine's at.
I have mine. Yeah, mine is vertical. I have mine. Yeah, I have mine vertical, and so listen. And it's like, since this is going to be what it is going forward, people who don't have a PlayStation yet, which is still like, another, they're closing in on, I think 50 million. So yeah, it's still going to be a lot of people buying this new one going forward. I have seen some comparisons, and it does, that the size reduction does look nice. But what I really want is a PS5 Pro. This doesn't really, do anything for me, of course. Maybe I might trade in or sell one of the ones I have for this smaller one, but I don't really care.
Remember people trying to make you feel bad for having multiple PS5s and people trying to get one?
Oh yeah.
What I need to, go ahead.
No, I was about to say, but like I bought a bunch of PSIs, but I sold them for the actual, fair price to people I knew. So it wasn't like I was being one of those resellers on eBay trying to make some crazy price. I sold them to people I know for retail price.
Do you have a physical edition?
I have one what's crazy. This is crazy because the one I have at my desk is a digital. The one I have one other one in the living room, and I actually don't know what it is, which is kind of crazy. I don't remember because I don't use that one that much.
Fam, I need them to decrease the price on these fucking DualSense controllers, bro.
Increase?
I know I'm not buying one every week. Decrease.
Oh.
I know I'm not buying one every week, but god damn. For a color when it's like what, $79? Just for like when it's not white?
Yeah. Didn't they say they're boosting the cost of accessories in like Japan or something?
Yeah, other territories besides the US, a bunch of accessories are going up in price. Bunch of them. Listen, part of it is, if we're being honest.
Here he goes.
No, this is the truth. They have no in the console selling space, right? They don't have any direct competition. And that's because Microsoft has pretty much said out of their mouth, they don't really care about selling consoles. I don't fully believe that, but they do have a different strategy, and that doesn't, and so they're no longer in the lane that PlayStation has always tried to dominate, which is the home console market, right? And Nintendo is technically doing their own thing too with the hybrids. So, and we know Sony's history is home consoles, right? They've sold the most in history. So if Microsoft is literally telling us like, bro, you can have that lane. Yeah, they're gonna go crazy. Like, say less. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna price things crazy. What are they gonna do about it? There's no opposition there. They're going crazy, and they're confident about it, and it is what it is, bro. It's part of it. You just
You
gave them
actually believe Phil Spencer though?
No, I said I don't, because I don't believe that fully, because you don't make and invest all that time into creating a console to not care about it at all.
Yeah, buying all these studios, creating all these consoles, all this R&D work just to be like, nah, we're not competing with Sony. It's just trying to undermine themselves so that they can keep doing sneaky stuff and still get away with it. But
yeah, I do think their strategy is, away from sorry, 1 second. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I do think their console is, their strategy is moving away from selling consoles so much, but I definitely think they care about it, right? I know it's like Game Pass and, streaming and other methods, but you have to care about it. There's no way you're sitting back and like, oh, the console's, not selling at all or not selling as much. We don't care. I don't think they feel that way. It just may not be their focus. So, any other thoughts on that?
Hell no.
I think you're partially right, BG. Obviously, that they, that there is still intent to sell consoles. Obviously, it is one of the entry points for their ecosystem, so it is still obviously an important part. I think that they do, when they talk about some of this stuff, I think they're looking further into the future, even 2 generations down the road, and where things are going to be at sometimes when they come out with some of these statements that everybody runs with all the time. But as far as your statement, as far as what Sony's doing, absolutely. That's why I said because right now they continue to outsell, the main competitor for console space by such a margin in most territories that they can do this. And they know that people will pay for it, because they do have the popularity, and they've got that brand recognition that everybody wants, and they've maintained it for generations. So they can go ahead and say, yeah, no, we're just going to go do this. We're going to give you guys new Slim. Oh, yeah, we know that when revisions come out, normally we reduce the price, but this generation, nah, we're gonna make it a little bit more expensive for you guys, and they'll continue to sell. That's where they're at, and they, so you are absolutely correct in saying that, because Microsoft has positioned themselves this way, the Xbox this way so far, especially this gen, then Sony's got free reign. So
yeah,
spot on.
Yep, and like the PlayStation said, their goal this year was to sell more PS5s in 1 year than they ever have before, which I think they said was 25 million, and apparently they're on pace for that. So yeah, that ambitious goal might be met. Let me get to some super chats right now. Maybe Jack will come back in and give us his take. Okay. Cream ass guy said, worst game of the year and keep creaming. Oh God.
Keep on creaming. That's why
You're sick. Jazzy Jefferson. Crazy how there's no Nintendo representative today for the Nintendo topic. Hate to see it. Blandrew is here, sir. See, I told you he was coming. Tarek Ahmed. Neil Druckmann needs to be in spectate mode. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I think. Are you? I don't know. I guess he's like blaming Neil Druckmann for how things are going.
I think he means like like how when you die in a video game or something, and now you're in spectate mode.
Oh,
that's fire.
Oh, wow. That's what you're trying to say. Tarek, that's kind of crazy.
That's heat.
Does this have something to do with what's going on, and because he has opinions on the I ain't getting into that. The Israeli Palestinian thing.
Navigate it. Find a word.
Listen.
Find a word.
Listen. I don't have. I have no understanding of like that. My heart goes out to all the people losing their lives over there. I have like no real like understanding of it or knowledge. But I know Neil Druckmann. He's like, I don't know, what is he? He's something.
He's a weepaw.
And has he has origins there, I guess I should say. So I don't know if that's why Tarek said that, but maybe. We'll see. Okay, Elder Fox, Forza scoring lower than GT7. Love to see it. All right. Well, there they go. Them car people always at war. Alcoholic Gamer, Pineapple Fanta, and Hennessy. Enjoy drinks on me. Thank you, Alcoholic Gamer. Appreciate it. Emmanuel A1, salute for having my waifu Autumn back on WWP. Or what? How do you? Is it? It's waifu.
BG.
Oh, my bad. Excuse me. I don't watch anime.
Yeah.
I'm not in that lane. Back on WWP. Get Jazzy on also, since Blandrew is too good now. Yeah, you were acting like you too good for a while, Blandrew. But you go
responsibilities.
You gonna be here from now on weekly, right?
Yeah, I'll be here.
You that wasn't very convincing.
Unless something happens in the holiday season to where they force overtime and it's a Sunday, I should be here.
All right, cool. All right. Captain Sidekick, wonderful Sunday, everyone. Also, free Palestine. # free Palestine. Okay. Alex PSX, got word my cousin is getting deployed for war. Thanks for the podcast, guys. Helps distract me. Plus, some of my friends were at a different concert. Oh man, sorry to hear that, brother. I wish for peace. I wish for peace. That's all I can say.
He said his cousin going to war?
Yeah, he said his cousin is getting deployed for war.
Hey, man, we're going to send him a care package, dag.
Yeah, pray for peace, man. That's all I can say. JMG, I swear BG is turning into Frieza every week. Oh, because of the monkey stuff? That's how some of these people be acting, bro. That's just how some of them be acting. Jazzy Jefferson, Jack's new phrase should be, it's only good when PlayStation does it. Yeah. Tavares Perry, shout out to the podcast. What's up, Autumn? You got fans. You pretty popular.
What's up, buddy? Something like that.
Yeah. Brandon Williams, BG, you would love Lords of the Fallen. You can farm with ease in the Umbral. I don't have any doubt I'm gonna like it. Once it's patched, I'll be playing it a lot, I'm sure. Tavares Perry, anybody on the podcast getting Mario this Friday too? Yeah, I'll be playing. I'm gonna play Spider-Man first, but I have, I already purchased Mario Wonder as well. So definitely. Blessed Red. The new PS5s shouldn't even be those prices. The Slims are always a discount. The PS5 Pro may be $700. Mark my words. I don't think they would do that. But you're right. It usually always comes at like something is usually discounted. Something usually drops in price when they do this. This is like the first time it hasn't. So
just remember, people go get a second job to get one. So, they pulled that before.
Those are bad times.
Bro, do it feel a little cheap knowing that disk drive is detachable? That feels cheap to me.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
The whole system just looks weak, like weakly built.
That reminds me of the PS3 where you slid the top back like a convertible to put the CD in.
God, that's the grill.
Yeah.
Oh, that was, bro. That console felt and looked like it was like a kid's art craft project.
If we watch unboxings of this new PlayStation, I bet you it's gonna creak and it's gonna sound like hard plastic, just like trying to
sound hollow and
it just feels like it just feels awkward. It doesn't know how to really sit with itself,
Like that console was like they found like spare materials in a dumpster and like, okay, we can use this as the PS3 material. It was bad, bro. I'm like, oh, this is crazy.
They definitely went to a crafting table and said, we got a new console.
Just crazy. Oh man. Oh yeah, and the other thing, like I think it was Forte told me is they actually make more money obviously selling it separately, than it being attached, because it's its own, accessory essentially. It's essentially an accessory, so they make money on top of what they're pricing it as, simply because it's something separate than, than the actual console. They make more money from it. So there's that too. It's a whole lot of shit behind it, man. Vino Uzumaki, final Metacritic predictions for Spider-Man. Yeah, let's get that from everybody. Mine is 88.
91.
I'm saying
Damn.
91. 91.
Sound like you just came out of a swamp. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 90, 91.
I got 90.
87.
I want to say 88. The curse of
90
the PlayStation.
90 will live up to the hype of the game, but it's also gonna keep him humble. Mark my words.
Yeah, I'm really thinking 88, bro. Like 90 has just become, more and more elusive for everybody. I think 90s. Yeah, I think 90s will become more like common actually as we go on, go on with the generation. Because a lot of these games are last gen games, like in terms of when they started development, right? Even if it's only on a next gen console, a lot of these games are technically just last gen games. So I think I just think like when they start really making games intended for this generation, which those would be coming out in the coming years, I think the 90 will be much more achievable because the standards change and all that. So yeah, I think maybe when the first few reviews come out, 90, but after that, just dropping down. So we'll see. And reviews come out tomorrow, I think. I do know, I've been told from a guy who knows a guy, one outlet score, and it's an 8. I'm not gonna say which outlet it is. It's one of the major ones. No. It's an 8
Stuff
from
I read, it's gonna be a 6.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the major, the major ones that people go to, somebody who knows, who actually knows, he said it's an 8. So take from that what you will. And if my source is right, and I'm not acting like an insider, I'm not an insider, but if you see the 8 tomorrow, just know my source is right. Look out for it. Okay? We'll see. All right, let me refresh and see if there's any more super chats. Okay. Tavares Perry, I know I'm late, but congratulations, Autumn, on your 280th follower on Twitch.
Hey.
I appreciate you, buddy.
Okay.
What you be streaming on there?
Same stuff. Forza, Halo, Battlefield.
Boy, baby, okay. Oh, speaking of Battlefield, you fuck with the new map?
I haven't tried it yet. It looks nice though.
It finally feels like an old Battlefield game.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's the most fun I've had on Battlefield in months. Just playing that one map.
Yeah, Battlefield is back to some like close to launch numbers because they have fixed the game
80,000,
immensely.
right? Or something like that.
Yeah,
100K,
yeah, they fixed the game immensely. Since it launched, it's like actually a playable game for me. Even though I love Battlefield, it's just hard for me to get back into a game after you've like botched it at launch. So honestly, I'm just waiting for the next one, whenever that is.
You'll be adding like a scorn like boyfriend. You'd be like, nah. One mistake is like, why do you do this? Stop being sassy.
You did me wrong. You did me wrong at launch. It can't be forgiven, bro. It can't be forgiven. I'm sorry. Yeah. You maybe when you start fresh, start new, I'll come back.
You need a high value man to make your games.
I'll come back, but for now, you gotta. I can't. I respect myself too much. I love myself too much. That's what they say, right? Yeah. Okay. Emmanuel A1. Ever since Phil Spencer got on that Square Enix stage, Jim Ryan turned into the quiet man, taking baby steps to raise all prices in PlayStation into a pack for smoking. Elder Fox, Starfield not getting nominated. Also, don't free. Okay, I'm reading this. This has got nothing to do with me. This is not my political stance. Weapon Wheel has taken no side. He said also don't free Palestine until Hamas is gone. All right. I'm staying out of that stuff.
We'll see you in After Dark, sir.
Living Legend. Lords of the Fallen is fire. They fixed a lot of the performance issues on PC. Anyone getting performance issues on PC, set reflections and global illumination to mid. Okay. Thank you for the tip. PlayStation is God. Any discussion for Last of Us Factions 40-player lobbies? I did see that rumor, and I wasn't gonna talk about it because it's like, bro, I don't want to talk about what a lobby could have been if we never even get the game. But yeah, the rumor was that the game was like set up for 40-player lobbies. I don't know if that was in particular modes, all modes. I don't know. To me,
Even crazier that we saw that leaked apparent like gameplay footage. I guess that wouldn't, because they made it seem like they ain't made no progress. But I remember that footage was going around.
I remember. So my immediate reaction to hearing 40 players is that's too much. Only because when you think about like Factions, like obviously, you know, the first one, what made it different is that it was like really intimate. And I don't know, that just feels like very like large Battlefield-ish and very like
ground war mode.
Yeah, it could be a mode, but it just feels like a little bit too expansive. Because it's like one of the things with Factions is like the way the game is set up and the maps and everything like that. And granted, I knew the maps were going to be bigger, but like if somebody was getting killed, what's so crazy about Factions is if somebody was getting killed, somebody could literally be getting executed like on the other side of you, and like it could be happening that close. It was always in close proximity, and that's what like kind of always made it crazy. But like things like, you know, expanding would feel like a little bit disjointed, I guess. I don't know. I'm like,
I could see 40. I could see 40 on that map where you first get into the city and you're on horseback and it's all overran by grass. I could see them having where stealth isn't the mode of the game. It's supposed to just go out and shoot niggas. Because we've seen gameplay on Last of Us 2 of people running off buildings, stabbing niggas, run around, shoot that dude in the head. Like, we've seen aggressive gameplay. And that might have been something that they were trying to flex on.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I guess I think a good number, might have been like 20, 10 on 10. Because the original Factions is literally 4 on 4. So 8 players in a total.
Yeah, movement.
Total
But
match.
think about the movement as well.
Mm-hmm.
That movement on the old Last of Us games weren't nearly as quick and accelerated as this game was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you probably zipping around, and you know, of course, they probably took the prone out of the multiplayer, but
yeah, and it's not been substantiated. Some random person on Twitter, they say he's not an actual insider, but he said that Naughty Dog was planning to pretty much save Factions for Last of Us Part 3, salvage what's been done so far, and not make it its own game anymore, its own live service game, and sell it separately, but save it, at least parts of it, and put it alongside Last of Us Part 3, which we know they are definitely working on. But
are you juicing tomatoes in the background? What is that?
Oh, you can hear that? My bad. Hold on.
I forgive you. While he's gone, Autumn, you know the craziest thing I heard? Somebody said to get rid of a cold, you rub a baked potato on your chest. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yeah, he said he believed that, so he was like in 5th grade.
Does it work?
Is this?
I don't know. I didn't ask him if it worked.
Is it a hot baked potato or is it cold?
I think he was taking a room temp ashy dry potato and rubbing it on his little cheese. I don't think he was warming it up, putting vegetable oil on it or nothing.
Man, I don't know what this is.
How do you get rid of hiccups?
I don't know.
Remember they used to say do a handstand. Remember that? They used to tell us to do crazy shit to get rid of stuff.
Who said that?
This ain't another Poseidon's Kiss thing. People used to say go do a handstand for 20 seconds to get rid of hiccups. People used to say that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or just drink some water. Like, why don't you just do that?
Yeah, yeah, drink water.
You want to be the like PlayStation Home generic man so bad, BG. Like, what the hell? That's not
Bro
fun.
has to be in the Amazon position just to
Too
get
cool
rid of
for
the hiccup.
handstands.
Amazon position.
What is the Amazon position? Why do you know this? What is that?
Yeah. Yo, Autumn is crazy for that. What the fuck?
Is that an official name, or is that something like that's
Yes,
personal
that
to
is
you?
That is a real move. I don't know why she just said that.
Is
Don't
that like
Google
just
it.
is that just
Don't Google it.
Is that a move for a certain circumstance or activity, or just like I'm trying to?
Hey, when you and somebody play patty cake with your bums, that's a move that you do. That just don't Google it. Don't Google it.
All right, I'm moving on.
You crazy as shit for saying that right now.
I ain't asking no more questions. All right, let's get these other topics out of here. Let me see what I got. Y'all remember that game Lamplighters League that I mentioned last week? Your little small like indie style game. It was in Game Pass. It's like an XCOM style game, strategy game. So the game apparently performed so bad. It was by Harebrained Schemed. I think that's the developer.
That is correct. Yep.
So they said the title's poor performance, which is kind of crazy. Like the joint just came out, will lead to losses estimated at 22 million for Q4. They said Lamplighters League is a fun game with many strengths. Paradox CEO Frederick Wester, even though we see cautiously positive player numbers in subscription services, the commercial reception has been too weak, which is frankly a big disappointment. Game projects are by their nature always risky, but at the end of the day, we haven't performed up to the level we should. So the game like commercially failed, which is so soon. Like the game just dropped, and is like they're already like they already know it's going to be millions and millions of dollars lost, and this is like a small scope indie game. And from what I played, I enjoyed the game. It's a good game, but even though it's in Game Pass, which they got some upfront money for, I guess that and whatever it's sold outside of that on PC, and I think it's on PlayStation also, just wasn't enough. So
just first week sales type shit, bro.
What'd you say it was called? Little what?
This is an RTS game, isn't it? Right?
Lamplighters League. Yeah, it's an RTS strategy.
These games are consistent flops. These aren't like commercially wanted games. Stop making these type of games. Like anybody making an RTS and expecting it to be super successful is living a pipe dream. So
BG told us if Midnight Suns wanted to be successful, it should have been an RTS like XCOM, but
I mean that did flop. But
that
did flop, and I still think it would have been more successful. But because they had the Marvel property, so I think if you made it like an essentially XCOM Marvel, I think it would have been successful. This game just didn't have the attention that it should have gotten. Because listen, I love these type of games. Like I love, like Gears Tactics. That was successful enough, I guess. I wish we would have got a sequel or some DLC at least. We didn't get that. So it does seem that like maybe outside of XCOM and a few others, they're not like very successful. Because it's the PC players who would mostly support these type of games. People on console are probably not playing these, to be honest.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking at this Lamplighters League game right now. I can see exactly why it bombed. It doesn't look like it has any soul behind it.
I don't agree with that.
It does. It's got a soul to it for sure.
It looks just super generic.
No, if you play it, it's definitely got an atmosphere to it. This is Harebrained Schemes. Let me jump in as a RTS tactics guy who does play on console, by the way. RTSs definitely have a place, and we're actually seeing a resurgence right now in RTSs. So to say that they're always failing is not true whatsoever. Are they still niche? Of course they are. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. RTSs and tactics games and strategy games will always be niche, especially on the console side of things. But Harebrained Schemes, who's led by Jordan Weissman, the original creator of Shadowrun, which Microsoft owns, his team actually pitched a new BattleTech game. And Paradox, and I love Paradox because Paradox makes these types of games, right? City Skylines 2 got delayed for console, but it is coming out next year as well. Is a huge moneymaker for them. But they turned it down, which was kind of crazy to me that they turned down the BattleTech IP. So Weissman and his team went back to the drawing board and came up with this idea, but this game was not advertised enough. This game was not pushed enough. And it also came out in a terrible time. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. You got a niche genre type game with no big backing, and it's a brand new IP on top of it that nobody knows about. And you launch it this year, right in the middle of freaking game buffet central right now. You're setting yourself up for massive disappointment. And I think it just got lost in all the shuffle. So
Yeah.
Game Buffet Central. You need to trademark that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because I do think
Yeah,
it's a
it
good
is.
game so far based on what I played, and like games like this have a place. And like, damn, what's that? The pirate. There was another game just like this, like the pirate game. That
Pikmin 4 exclusively for the Nintendo Switch.
no, that's not what I was talking about, sir. There's another game like this, which is an RTS strategy game. It was with pirates. I have that also. I haven't gotten enough time to get around to it yet, though. Y'all hear my background, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got
Was
so
that a juicer?
Get the hair salon.
I got my wife a KitchenAid. One of those. It essentially mixes
that's
stuff up.
sexist.
The hell's that sex? She wanted it.
Oh, I was about to say if she didn't ask for that, that's sexist.
No, she wanted it. And that's what the sound is. So she's like, so she's using. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. Enjoy. Go.
Making a pizza from scratch for the
She's making a pizza from scratch, and she's excited about it. Enjoy your KitchenAid. It's no.
What, a
it's
KitchenAid? Ask her what toppings.
Because it mixes whatever for you perfectly. Like I guess she's mixing dough. Yeah, she's mixing the dough.
What toppings are y'all
What
gonna
are
put on
what are you
there?
going to be your toppings? Yeah, she's a mushroom lover. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, I eat mushrooms over
Cheese
there.
and mushrooms.
I don't eat
We gonna need
mushrooms.
some help. We
You
gonna
like
need
the
some
Ninja
help.
Turtle?
I think mushrooms are weird because they don't even taste like anything. But she likes
making,
mushrooms.
she making a Shredder's Revenge pizza. That's fine.
Yeah,
Mushrooms
peanut butter
even
and
have
ice
any-
cream and
do
mushrooms.
mushrooms even have
What the
any
hell?
nutritious value for anything, or is that?
I love mushrooms though.
Listen, I don't understand. I argue with her all the time. I don't understand mushrooms, or even like Autumn said, olives. They don't have any. They taste whatever. They taste like
olives.
I don't.
definitely have
Mushrooms are
Oh,
dirt, though.
no.
You're just
Yeah.
putting dirt on your food.
Wait, you said mushrooms are dirt?
Yeah, they are.
I'm about to get you banned on
Because-
Twitter. No way. You're
Because
canceled.
mushrooms only taste like whatever you cook them with. So it's
Bro, put them in some vegetable oil, put a little bit of salt on them, put a little bit of pepper on them, and you put them on anything. I put them in pasta, put it in on some meat, anything spaghetti. Like you could put mushrooms in anything.
yeah, I'm good. So
like,
yeah,
just a fungi.
so that's what's going on in the background. Yeah, and the way even when I see a mushroom out in the wild, it kind of disgusts me. So the fact that people
You
eat
get
them-
scared, like you be like, huh? Like you jump when you see one.
Oh, one time, somebody got her coworker got her like this box where you can grow your own mushroom, and bro, my wife had them in the window, and it literally, like I looked at it, it started to grow, and it's the most disgusting looking thing when they
You
grow.
almost started Last of Us.
Yeah, isn't mushroom just mildew? Like I mean,
Essentially, a lot of things are mildew,
And
like
start growing so
yogurt.
quicker.
Yogurt and milk and milk are technically mildew, but yes, like it
Okay.
looked disgusting. It literally looked like yeah, like essentially there was a clicker growing on my window, bro. I was disgusted.
BG, you're making mushrooms out of a shoebox. Of course, it's not gonna look tasty. I'm talking about the ones you buy in the store, bro.
Well, all of them look hideous to me, but especially when they're growing, yeah, disgusting. But anyway, we can get off.
When you gonna stand up and tell your wife you don't want to eat mushrooms and you want pepperoni?
I don't eat mushrooms. I never
So
will.
you're not eating tonight. You're not eating tonight.
I have other food options, sir. It's not like it's not like
Got cinnamon toast crunch and milk at the ready.
oh man, there are other food options. It's not like she just makes something and she's like, oh, you gotta eat it. No, it ain't. We have choices here. It's a diplomacy.
I'm gonna send you a cash app, but we're gonna get you some.
Oh man, I'm well fed, sir. All right, what else is there to talk about before we get out of here? Oh, the ABK deal went through, bro. I'm kind of so I actually made 2 thumbnails about this in prior episodes, right? Because the first time when the deal, I guess, quote unquote, went through the first time, I made a thumbnail for the podcast, like, okay, the Activision Blizzard deal went through, and the people were like, oh, it didn't actually go through. I'm like, okay, false start. Then literally, what was it, 3 weeks ago? Or the second time it technically was completed, but they still needed something from the UK. I made a thumbnail for that, like, oh yeah, they own them now. Still didn't officially own them. So I made that thumbnail for nothing and made that a topic for nothing. Now, I guess they officially own them. I was like, I'm not making another thumbnail. And I was like, I'm not making another huge thing out of this. But it went through. It's done now. Done. Right?
Done.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Nice. I wonder what was taking them so long with these drops, though, man. Like, I don't know why they over the next couple months. Is it me, or I felt like Bethesda drops kind of happen almost instantly? At least they dropped like a bundle of games, and then like a couple months later they dropped the rest of the bundle. But like, I need these Activision games to sort of kind of like, you know, I need something to happen immediately. And who y'all think is going to be on a round table? The conversation
round
that they
table
have, like
round table as far as what?
Like the welcome to Xbox, like how they did with ZeniMax. It was Todd Howard, it was Sarah Bond, it was Phil.
Smooth. Nobody here outside of you is
I don't know what Smooth talking about.
Talking about when
round
they had
table.
What do you think is going to be the one to give Bobby Kotick a handshake when he gets
Smooth,
over?
they're gonna have Smooth. They'll have everybody except for Kotick there.
Yeah. So like Rob Ferguson and Ybarra, right?
Ybarra. Yeah, I think they'll just have everybody but Kotick. I'd be surprised if Kodick's there. Although Kotick might weasel his way in there, but I just don't think it's a good look if he's already announced he's leaving at the end of the year. So they'll have everybody but him there, I would imagine.
He's heading over to PlayStation.
Whoa, relax, buddy.
Jim Ryan's gonna head up Activision.
That would actually be a good fit.
So yeah, it's done now. Kotick is out at the end of the year.
Yep.
They, Microsoft did make a statement prior that, that y'all got to give us some time to get some of these games over on Game Pass. It's not going to happen instantly. Yeah, listen, I'm not a Game Pass subscriber. Everybody knows that. I'd rather just, purchase a la carte games, and like I don't got time to even play some library of games and all that stuff. But listen, if they were to put the High Moon Studio Transformer games on there and the lobbies become back alive, that will be the first time I am an active, happy Game Pass subscriber. I would do it for that, but not really anything else, I think. But that and then I don't even know, because when things are older, you always have this certain rose tinted glasses about them. Like if I play those Transformers game, I may not love it as much as I did back then. So it could be one of those situations.
Leave it as a memory, BG.
It could be complete nostalgia and then I pick it up. I'm like, I actually don't want to play this. That literally could happen. So,
how about Marvel Ultimate Alliance? Would you come back for that too, BG?
Ooh,
BG has told me in the past when Ultimate Alliance 3 came out that he hates Ultimate Alliance.
I didn't like Ultimate
Alliance.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, Hasbro put up the bat signal as far as the Transformer games go. And then Lulu came out and confirmed that they did have the code. I don't know if you guys all remember that, but there was rumors that they had lost the code somewhere, that it was not to be found, but Lulu confirmed that they have the code. So I definitely think it's probably one of the licenses that they are definitely going to look at for sure, because I think there's even a bigger deal to be made with Hasbro there. But I think that they certainly could bring those back. I think that is high on the list of possibilities for those two.
Yeah. So, and that's my question is, like, people are being very people are very excited about the possibility. They're talking about, prototype and, this game and that game. And I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. Well, all of those games may go into Game Pass, but I think as far as like people talking about them games being
said Jalen Hurts was good. What the fuck happened?
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know. And talking about something else right now. Did they lose?
Yeah, they lost to the Jets.
Okay, that's crazy. I know the Jets are happy. Oh, now there's no undefeated teams. Wow. 49ers and the Eagles lost today. Shout out to them.
BG focus.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't know. I just think it might be a little bit pie in the sky as far as like bringing back the games and making new versions. Like I don't think you're gonna get a new prototype, a new Guitar Hero. Like I said, I think a lot of them may go into Game Pass, but new ones, I don't know. I don't know about all that.
Guitar Hero is definitely coming back. That's been mentioned too many times now by both Phil and Kotick. Just did it in his all hands on meeting with Activision and Blizzard. So I think Guitar Hero has already been discussed, and I think that's probably already high on the list for ones that are going to come back. The other ones, it's going to take time. It's not going to be something that we're going to instantly see. for sure. But I think that there is a wish list there. Phil has been promoting Hexen. He wore the shirt. I definitely think it is going to get Hexen back and possibly Heretic, which I don't know how many people remember those two games, but definitely.
Talk about old ass Hexen and Heretic on some fucking pause.
Yeah, coming back with new ones. I definitely think are those are definitely priorities, and I think Prototype makes a lot of sense. BG, I really do, and I think that they could at some point. Again, this is nothing we're going to hear about in the next year. Probably not anything we're going to hear in the next 2 years. That's how long it's going to take to integrate this whole. This is a massive company. So I think this is going to be down the road, but I think they will look at some of this old IP. But to your point, BG, my Xbox is already sitting on a lot of old IP that they could bring back that they haven't done anything with. So is it a guarantee that this stuff is going to happen down the road? No, but I think there is some valuable old IP that if they can free up some of these teams or expand some of these teams and let some of these, original developers work on something other than COD sometime, I think that a couple of them will come true. So, but there probably is going to be some disappointment for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
And why would they remake Hexen and Heretic when Microsoft can't even make a good Halo?
Because it obviously can do those types of games. Obviously, I don't think there's any argument there. And obviously, Hexen would be a worthwhile comeback to be something outside of Doom. Once id finishes off Doom, what are they going to work on next, right? The leaked roadmap did state that they, that was in the plans that they would be working on the Doom. New Doom, but obviously you got to have something after that. So why not bring Hexen? Why not bring back Heretic? People love those types of games. Doom sold extremely well, so why not continue with a new or different IP? I think it's a good move.
But they have Doom.
Correct, but Hexen is different, right? So it's a different take on that style of game. So it differentiates itself. So I think so. I think the Quake rumors are real too. I think they're going to revive Quake. I think they're going to reboot Quake.
Yeah, I mean they put out the with that remaster. That had to be for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And I do think they are going to figure out their strategy because they want the Game Pass subscriber numbers up way higher. So it's like, are we going to do that? Is the strategy volume, like buy a lot of games? I would assume so. That's partly why you got Activision and all these studios, because you need to feed that, and you need to develop a lot of games to put in there to get them subscriber numbers up. So you're gonna need Call of Duty is gonna do a lot of that, but I don't think it could do it alone. So it'll be interesting to see how they actually use the studios, because somebody did say that they got 9 different studios rotating on Call of Duty, on just yearly development on Call of Duties, and those studios could be used to actually develop another game if they actually allowed it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we just saw Beanox just announced that they've got a second studio now too, right? So I think that what they've done with all their other acquisitions is start to expand those studios out, and I don't think it's going to be any different. Activision Blizzard lost, they're huge, right? There's no for sure numbers, but anywhere between 15,000 people, right? So they're gigantic, but they had lost a lot of talent through the years on their downswing, not only in the gaming, but obviously the HR problems that they just are still going through at this point. They lost a ton of talent. So chances are that Xbox is going to invest and build up those teams too and split them off so that they can make multiple games. So I definitely think so.
And people are going to kill them for this, but it's coming. And it's just a part of a large acquisition. There's going to be a big layoff.
Yeah. Redundancy for sure.
Yeah. 100%. People are going to kill them for that. That's not going to be a sign of anything bad, to be fair to them. That's just a part of any big acquisition.
I hope Xbox keeps Activision's marketing team. Whoever that's head of their marketing in Activision and Blizzard, that's who they need to oversee entire Xbox marketing overall, in my opinion. But yeah, it's going to happen. There's duplicate heads for repeated roles and stuff like that. But I think they all would keep, for example, I think ZeniMax still kept their primary HR and their primary head of studios because Matt Booty's not going to absorb anything Activision Blizzard. That's going to be whoever is currently in that role today, unless they want out. I know people keep saying Sarah Bond might get moved over to ABK and whatnot, but I'm not sure about that.
When do y'all think Sarah Bond takes not takes like she's gonna just grab it like
Inherit?
inherit Phil's because they're clearly setting her up for it. When do y'all think that happens?
After they acquire Nintendo or Sega. After that acquisition.
What?
Watch
Shut up.
I think
bro, if the day ever happens to where I gotta join forces with K Mega and Smooth and Colt East, I'm out. I'm it's been a good time. I'm done with gaming. I'm not joining Team Xbox and having Zelda and stuff like that on X, but no.
I think Phil rides us through to the next gen. So I think he sees the next gen.
Bond is going to be running Xbox.
Yeah, most likely that's what they're look like they're setting her up for.
Oh shit.
She's shadowing Phil. She's at every event. Clearly, that's the line. That's the lineup. So yeah, good for her. I'm sure that'll be like some type of history made. Has a woman in general even ever had like that position?
I mean, let's be real. She can't be worse than Phil Spencer.
Especially at the beginning to middle of Phil's time there. Yeah, hopefully not. So, shout out to them. What else is there? I think we're almost done. We can almost get out of here.
Oh, by the way, Smooth, what's up with all this cap for the Amazing Spider-Man all of a sudden?
Cap all of a sudden? That was like 3 months ago.
I've been seeing people talking about, yo, we can get Spider-Man friend or foe.
Oh, now
Spider-Man.
See, I was 3 months ahead of the curve. I even put up a video about it and everything. I played the game, beat the game. I don't know why people capping for it now, but
I remember those games were hated when they came out. That's the reason Microsoft probably passed up on Spider-Man. They were like, man, there's a string of Spider-Man games. Why are we going to waste our time with a franchise like this when we can't even get a single good game since Spider-Man 2?
I agree. And people always like to act like the Spider-Man games like sold crazy numbers also. Like that's revisionist. They sold well because they were Spider-Man games.
Well, the history,
Bro, I'm seeing people hype up prototype.
People are doing that is because all right, because there's a reason, man. There's a reason. Obviously, is that the thing is people want to show that Activision has more than Call of Duty, and this deal is bigger than what we all looking at it. You know what I mean? They got a bundle of IPs. Sure, Prototype didn't look as good as Infamous, but I'm sure there's some fun to be had. I think I've played maybe a demo of Prototype. The whole Crash, Spyro.
Okay, even go ahead.
The thing is, Activision previously in the 2010s were very license heavy.
And real quick, like Crash is still relevant, but Spyro, nobody gives a flying bro. Nobody cares about Spyro.
And
Crash is relevant.
Even with Crash Bandicoot, right? I love. Well, I won't say I love, but I followed the series from beginning to end. And ever since Naughty Dog left that series, Crash Bandicoot has been like just spiraling downwards. They released a game just this year that nobody even played or talks about. And the last mainline game in Crash 4, it was good, but it was a sales flop. And if you're going to limit that exclusively to Xbox and PC gamers, there's no way that game stands a chance. And even with Spyro the Dragon, the only games that people liked with that are from a now PlayStation developer in Insomniac. The series has continued post PS1. And again, nobody cared about the series until they do those original games.
I'm going to be brutally honest with you, bro. Be brutally honest with you. Reason why I ain't buy Crash, Spyro, and all that stuff because I was waiting for the day them things dropping games. These are games that I have high interest in, but I just was not willing to buy. And I'm not gonna lie. I refuse to buy any of these games until they join Xbox Game Pass. Same with
I think they could subsidize some of those things to justify, making them. Like, listen, Spyro is not a game where that's bringing in Game Pass subscribers. It's not.
No, you just make it out of necessity, man.
It's a good option and variety pack to have. Because if Xbox, with what they're trying to do with Game Pass, it could be your go-to for all types of games now because of the studios they have. Okay, something for the kids. Oh, look, there's Spyro, there's Crash, there's Call of Duty, there's the strategy games. Yeah, they got the variety pack. So, but like the game itself isn't doing anything, but the variety is definitely, helping Game Pass. So, but
yeah, it'd be nice to see them. I want to see it. I'm all for it. I want to see first let these games come into Game Pass, but I do want to see a new Crash, a new Spyro announced, and I think those are the games that will actually be exclusives. I think your usual dudes like Call of Duty, Diablo, Overwatch, since those games aren't
okay.
Overwatch, Diablos aren't.
They're saying the Spyro Reignited trilogy sold 10 million. Sure.
And what did I just say, BG?
But what platform do you think they sold it at? And I'm not saying like that's PS5 mostly, but like let's be real, that was across like several platforms that it needed all of that to do. And I think wasn't it on like 5 different consoles? Well. I think it was on like 5 different platforms to do that.
And again,
several
like
years.
I literally said
10 million.
I literally just said outside of the games that were made by developers that are now PlayStation developers from Naughty Dog with Crash and Insomniac with Spyro.
That's true.
Those people did not care about those series moving forward. So of course the trilogies are going to sell well, but look at everything after the fact.
Yeah. And I played like Legend of Spyro, Dawn of the Dragon, like those games are not, nobody really like bought those. And I bought like the Crash games after Insomniac. I believe like
Wrath of
Cortex's Wrath,
Game Boy Advance games.
What was the other ones?
Tribal tattoos and
yeah. Oh my, the one with the ooh, those were garbage. I actually beat that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that joy was garbage, but I beat it. But yeah, well, listen, we'll see. Like I said, those games they'll probably make them, but they're going to be subsidized because it's not really like bringing in subscribers like that. But it is what it is. So yeah, we'll see. It's going to take some time. To definitely take some time to see what happens.
Now, I wanted to be clear that I'm not hating. I legitimately love Guitar Hero up until like 3. After that, it was kind of just too much at a point. Guitar Hero, Tenchu, the original Crash series, the original Spyro. I was the one that actually enjoyed Prototype when everybody was telling me it was trash. There's a lot of stuff that they have that I do legitimately enjoy. It's just realistically, I don't know how the grand audience would feel about it, and I don't know if they would waste their time with such a thing. It's like even Tony Hawk, like so many of their games suffered greatly as time went on. Tony Hawk was one of the biggest disasters after like Underground. I think people forget about games like Tony Hawk can only survive at this point with remakes. Ever since they did original projects with Project 8, Downhill Jam, Ride, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, they've all been mid. Crash Bandicoot, mid post Naughty Dog. Spyro,
and
mid
I believe
post Insomniac.
And
Guitar
I know.
Hero, go ahead,
yeah,
BG.
And I know like Microsoft, like money is the least problem with Microsoft. That's not a problem, right? But bro, them Guitar Hero licensing fees for them songs would go crazy. I know they'd go pay something crazy, bro.
Yep.
Like
that is the one big sticky point, right? Is how that licensing would work. And it will be expensive as hell.
And it won't be a one-time fee. They're gonna want like something continually on the back end royalties. I'm just saying. Autumn,
I was gonna say also, yeah. Sorry, I was gonna ask, but if they make a new Guitar Hero game, who's going to make it? Because what's Harmonix doing right now? Like, are they?
They got acquired by somebody, I believe. They make like little indie games.
Wasn't
now.
it Epic Games?
Somebody, like they used to make Rock Band, which was 1,000,000 times better, but they don't even do that anymore.
Yeah, I'd just be really curious on who would actually make a new Guitar Hero if it's not them.
I think the bigger issue is people already have a problem buying peripherals and stuff like that. Who would actually spend the money to have the guitar, the drums,
You remember when game stores used to stop accepting guitars and you had to recycle them in your garbage cans?
Recycle them.
And they not gonna be cheap, mind you. That shit gonna be at least $250 to get one guitar, maybe 2.
Yeah, they be having the bundle pack, like it'll come with like 2 guitars and all that. I mean, I think it would sell. I definitely think it would sell a lot. It's just I don't know if, and once again, they may not care because it may just be something else in their library to give them, variety and all that stuff. I just don't think those sales are going to cover even those licensing fees alone. You know, it's one of the reasons that like we can't even get another Fight Night game, another like real good boxing game, because Floyd Mayweather is gonna want to bankrupt that company by himself with what he wants to put his image and likeness in the game. So
what he gonna do is say Floyd Mayweather's Fight Night. That's what he gonna say. He
Yeah.
gonna name the game after me if y'all want me to even be on it, be in it.
So
I mean, look, man. We can talk about boxing another day.
Yeah.
All I care about is StarCraft 3 getting announced. Let's go.
We don't need a bald black guy on the cover of a game.
Come on, bro.
Hey, Pong, what's your opinion on bald black guys?
They are.
I don't hold an opinion.
They
okay.
they are disruptors to society.
There was a breakdown. They did like this big breakdown video of the PlayStation Access controller and its features and stuff like that. If anybody's interested, they released it this week. I watched it. The interesting, I guess, thing about it is like there's this one controller feature that you can't do on any other PlayStation controller, which is to map two buttons to one button, two functions to one button. Right, that's exclusive and only to the Access controller for obvious reasons, you know, to make it easier for people with disabilities. But I thought that was kind of interesting. If you could do it on a regular controller, I absolutely would think that is cheap. Like,
what game would it be like if you hold it or double tap it? It means something different. I don't know how that would be useful.
In some situations, okay, like if you needed to do like, I don't know, a combo or press two buttons at once to do something, but if you could just map those two functions to one instead, you could definitely find some games that you would have an advantage in. So that's in the Access controller. Yeah, and because I remember like I remember one of those UFC games, right? I tried the demo and I was like, yo, these like this button layout to do certain moves, it was like, yo, it was so confusing. So I can imagine in a game like that, it might be easier. And they showed like all the iterations, like they went through crazy R&D to make this thing. They had so many different versions of it before they landed on the design now, because, you know, it was on like uncharted territory, you know, for them making this accessibility controller. So it's a cool video. Check it out if you care. Yeah.
How much is that accessibility controller from PlayStation?
It's under 100, ain't it?
Really?
I think so, because listen, you would have to be Sony, but you would have to be real scumbags to like put like some crazy price on an accessibility controller. Let me see, what is the price?
You'd have
Why? Are you saying that people that need options are broke?
Oh, that's not what I'm saying, good brother. I'm just saying, being that they have
more. Hey, if it take more materials and shit to get that working, look, you're going to have to pay that. We got a big ass adaptive controller.
They them like the rest of us. They can pay.
Mm-hmm.
It's $80. It's $89. And I know, I think they're taking a loss on this, because when I look at the video and all the tech and all the R&D they put into this, I know like this is way more expensive than a stand or a PlayStation cover. But the PlayStation covers are like $60 and this is only like $30 more. You're just taking advantage of people outside of, you know, the accessibility, you know.
What they're doing is they're treating accessible people better than they are with the unaccessible people.
Essentially.
I need to see somebody play with it. I've never
kind of
seen
like how Sony's doing, Jack. They're treating the PC gamers better than the PlayStation gamers.
Yeah. Jack isn't here. His connection was bad, but yeah. Cool controller. All right. Let me see what else was left. Did The Last of Us? I can't remember. Weeks is starting to blend. The Last of Us Part 2 remaster rumor. Well, not rumor. Well, yeah, rumor. Was that this week or last week?
That was like a week or two ago.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if we talked about that last week or if did that get like found out this week. Okay, so we talked about it last week then. Tragic. what else is there? The Unity CEO John Riccitiello, he stepped down from all the backlash they got from trying to charge, for trying to charge, Unity users for something they did in the past, essentially.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You made a
so-
game 10 years ago. We're coming for money.
Yeah,
Okay.
crazy. Retroactively charging people. That was nuts. That was nuts.
R.I.P. Bozo.
Yeah. So he's stepping down. Because listen, bro, you was the head. You signed off on that decision, and now it backfired. So he's gone.
This was the dude that talked about when he was with EA that he opined that he could see someday charging people in Battlefield for reloading their gun. So that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
That is insane.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Isn't he the same guy? This might be somebody else that he said developers who don't put microtransactions in their games are idiots or something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh wow.
He said they're fucking idiots. He flat out said it. Yeah, in an interview. Yeah.
Great. Sounds like a great guy.
Oh yeah, just a wonderful, wonderful dude. One of those guys you want in charge of your company at all times.
Yeah,
for sure. PR nightmare.
Shout out to him. Well, he's out of here now. Okay. They according to John Piscatella, the guy at NPD. Now, they changed the name of NPD. But he said somebody bought a Nintendo Wii U for the first time in 17 months. So one Nintendo Wii U sold. That was the chart. Was it you,
A
Blandrew?
lot of money for it.
Some retirement home just got some more fun in the common area, nigga. I don't know.
No,
who bought
I
that.
forgot where they said it was, but yeah.
$300, bro.
They should interview that. Find him or her. Interview him.
Maybe they wanted the Wii Fit. You never know.
Honestly, why you'd be better off just buying a Wii than a Wii U.
Oh wait, you said Wii U? I thought you said Wii F.
No,
what the hell?
he bought a Wii. They bought a Wii U.
Oh hell no! What?
Yeah, strange behavior. Don't know why.
Might have been a dying wish in a retirement home or some shit.
It was
Maybe.
probably Blandrew's bitch ass.
Landry, tell him it wasn't you. No comment. He says F you, Bond. MetaQuest 3 launched. Alex, I know you probably don't have it, but any thoughts?
Hell no. From what I've seen, looks like a slimmer profile. One of the cool features I saw, they have the pass through, and it looks like they're doing what Apple wants to do with their little headset, where it's augmented reality. I saw a video of a dude cooking. He was streaming something on TV, but he casted it to his headset, and he was showing us. He was screen recording. He was cooking while watching TV to the left of him. Now, of course, the pass through you've seen in PlayStation VR is kind of weird. You see your hands, but your hands still feel like they're not your hands when you know what I'm talking about when you're doing your
Yep.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, their pass through has color in it. It's not black and white like ours. So I think it was pretty cool. I don't know if this is still, to me, I haven't seen any of the conversations about gaming on it. It seems like this is more of a media thing, if anything. Other stuff I've seen people complain about the headband on it and shit like that. I mean, I'm not getting one, so I didn't look much into it, but seems cool. I mean,
all right, cool.
I don't really have much opinion on it. I'm not buying it.
All right, cool. Pong, you're not into VR at all, are you?
No, sir. I'm not. Not at all. No, I'm not dumb enough to say it's not the future, and I'm glad people are still pushing forward the tech. But yeah, no, I have no interest right now.
All right, cool. I think the last topic I got is this is not actually happening, but there was conversation about Disney purchasing EA, and this topic only derived from something deep down in a Bloomberg article where somebody at Disney might have said loosely that they might have been interested or something like that. And some people started to freak out at this, at this news. They wouldn't want Disney to purchase EA, which I can understand. I don't want any publishers, any more publishers in general to be acquired by anybody. And I feel, you know, some people fear, and it's my fear too, that Disney might turn them into a Disney, you know, a Disney factory, a Disney game factory, essentially, and people don't
That
necessarily.
might actually be cool though.
No, it wouldn't. Just literally use them as your own Disney toy factory. No, I don't think that would be it. That would be a good thing. And
Star Wars Booty Front 3.
I think the partnerships they have is just fine. I don't think they need to be acquired by Disney. There were some people like being called out for their reaction, like Ryan McCaffrey, and I think like Tom Warren, because you know they both reacted and said this would be terrible. And some people found that hypocritical because they are apparently like pro the ABK deal going through. Now, I'll say that not all acquisitions are created equal, right? Like, not just because one isn't good doesn't mean another is automatically, you know, also not good or, you know, bad. I think it's situational. It depends on the situation. Like, I think the ZeniMax deal was a good thing because I think Bethesda needed that help and that publisher to, you know, a publisher to own them. And I think that'll be beneficial to them going forward. This ABK deal, you know, my opinion, I don't think it'll be as beneficial as Bethesda under Microsoft. I don't think it'll be as beneficial. But yeah, people thought their take on it was a little bit hypocritical because you're like, okay, you think this is terrible, one mega corporation getting this other publisher, but y'all were cool with the ABK deal. Do y'all think that was fair criticism of them?
My pushback would be that Disney's not a gaming entity. So in general, I don't have a problem with acquisitions at all, no matter who's doing it, as long as it's within the gaming space. Disney not being a gaming company certainly wouldn't be my first choice if EA was going to go that route. I'd rather see them be acquired by somebody or merge with somebody like Ubisoft within the gaming space. There are some fears with Disney owning them. You know, obviously that they could become that factory that you just talked about, which certainly might in the end be really cool. But I think it's better, as you said, for them to continue to license out their IP. I just would have a problem with the fact that Disney's not a part of the gaming space outside of, you know, Lucas Games and their licensing. That's the only really drawback I would see from it happening.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think every acquisition is one-to-one. You kind of got to see the situation of
Absolutely.
it. But I can also see why people were like, sounds kind of crazy coming from you guys, but yeah, it's situational. Other than that, Ubisoft announced that Assassin's Creed Mirage had the biggest launch on current gen consoles in dollar sales. The way they worded that, I don't really know if that's necessarily impressive because they're talking about on PS5 and Xbox specifically. So, and they didn't give a number. They still didn't give an actual number. So I don't really know what that actually means. And then they went on to give like completely useless stats, like 100,000 people jumped off of a building. I'm like, bro, come on. What is this? Why are you telling me this? Please stop. That doesn't tell me the useless user engagement numbers. I don't remember who was the first one to start them, but I kind of hate you. I kind of hate you for it, bro. Like, it doesn't tell us nothing. Give some sales numbers if you really want to state how good the game is doing. So, and that's it. That's all the topics for today.
Hey man, good show, man. Thanks, BG.
Good show indeed. And wow, look at that. About to end at 8:30.
Score.
What do y'all think? Smooth and Blandrew and Alex, what do y'all think about us moving the podcast slightly earlier to 5:30?
Ain't it already?
Like,
you Eastern
15
time.
minutes early?
Literally just 15 minutes early. Would y'all care?
Do you have like a snack or like what is that going to give you?
I'm just asking.
Oh, they end earlier. Yeah,
No,
I don't care.
yeah. Would starting at
start
5:30
earlier, or
Yeah, start earlier at 5:30.
that's fine.
Y'all, you would be
Yeah.
cool. Okay, Smooth, would you be cool with that?
Just started at 5:00.
Hey, listen. I was gonna go there, but I didn't want to go too drastic with it, and I don't know Bond and Jack not here, so I would have to see like if that works with them. But I would kind of like 5:00 because then, and then I really want to try to keep the podcast to 2 hours and 45 minutes max, and then we would be out of here, like 7:45 the latest. That would be amazing.
Look, I prefer doing things as early as possible. I used to start my days at like 3 a.m. and then just keep going for the rest of the day. So if we can just do whatever works for everybody as early as possible, that's fine for me. Just after 1:00 because I got church and all that. But
yeah, I would love to do. I'm gonna run it past Bond and Jack. I would love to start it at 5. I think that would be amazing because I'm old and like, bruh, the After Darks, like ending at like 11, 12. We would be able to do After Dark earlier. That would be way better for me. So I'll see what they say. Yeah.
Even Bond be staying up late now sometimes.
Yeah. Run it past them, see what they say. But yeah, that would be so. Chat, we may be moving to 5:00 sometime around that. At bare minimum, 5:30. We'll see. All right. Let's do these outros. Let me check if there's any other super chats. Real quick. Cream ass guy also said Neil Druckmann is gaming's Kathleen Kennedy for Naughty Dog. I don't know who Kathleen Kennedy is. I feel like I should. That's not.
I heard the name.
That's not
before.
JFK's wife, is it?
Oh my god.
Who is Kathleen Kennedy?
So you are so uncultured.
Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm.
I definitely don't know her then.
She's the one who ran Star Wars into the ground.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, should have just said
for
that.
us old Star Wars fans, the one that's, well, not everyone, but most people hate her. So yeah.
She made the last trilogy.
She was the one that she oversees all of Star Wars for Disney. So she's the one that makes the ultimate decisions in a lot of it. And yeah, a lot of her ideas were a part of that.
The last trilogy. Listen, as somebody who like I think Star Wars fans are way too, like, they complain about way too much and they're way too harsh on a lot of stuff that I think is good. That trilogy was horrible. That Skywalker trilogy, like some of the worst movies. And Alex, you know me. I'm the movie enjoyer. As long as there's mild entertainment, I'm okay with a movie. I'm not even like mildly entertained by the Skywalker saga. Like, that's some of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It's terrible. But yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's do these outros. Let's get out of here. Pong, thank you for joining us. Go ahead and plug the podcast. Let people know where they can find you.
Absolutely. No, it was an awesome time to be here. I love podcasting with new people. It was great to meet all of you and to hear different perspectives and what this is all about. And I enjoy it. So thank you again, BG, for the invite. Obviously, you guys can find me Pongsoul on X, formerly known as Twitter, Pongsoul on the Xbox. On Thursdays, it's over on Fun Speculation channel for PM and the PM, where me and my brother from another Mav, Fun Speculation. We have a 2-man show on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time. Friday nights, right back over on Fun Speculation for Xbox Ultimate, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time, every Friday night. Saturday mornings, living split screen with my brother from another Steel Rain, who you guys did hear a couple weeks ago on this show. We do that every morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time, 3+ hours. And then Saturday nights, the Shop Podcast, PTK Blam's channel with Blam and Fuzzy and myself, and we usually have guests to end your Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time. Again, it's the golden age of gaming, people. It really is. Enjoy it. Wherever you're playing, whatever you're playing, there's something for you right now. It's absolute amazing time. So get out there, play what you love what you play, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Thanks again, BG.
Yeah, man.
Preacher, you got me pumped. Okay.
Oh, I cut that way short. Anybody that listens to me will tell you I got the longest outro.
Cut the promo. Autumn, thanks for coming on again.
Thank you guys for having me. My Twitter is TGAutumnXBL. Gamer tag is TransAutumn, capital T space capital A, and Twitch is twitch.tv/TransAutumn, all lowercase, no space. It's all my socials. You can find me on Twitter. That's where I reside most of the time. Thanks for having me.
And I just want to say, I think you're a way better car sim enthusiast than Jay got. You're better than that guy. Yeah, better than that guy.
You got to answer for that.
Jay got it, didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything. You know, who cares about Assetto Corsa? He doesn't know anything. Landrew, welcome back.
Yeah, I'll be back full time on WWP starting today, essentially. Yeah, good episode, good topics. Yeah, that's basically all I gotta say. This week will be a good week for gaming. We're starting it off strong with Sonic Superstars, and then we're ending it strong with Mario Wonder. So,
and Spider-Man.
I said what I had to say.
Damn.
I said what I said.
What a troll. What a dirtbag. Yeah, I look forward to all those games except Sonic, because I'm a gamer who respects himself. What do I look like playing Sonic, right? Go on. Oh man. Yeah. Smooth.
Yeah, man. Check out Planet Xbox episode 19 on Patreon. Should be up on this channel fairly soon. Redfall's now 60 FPS on the Xbox Series console. So as anybody's looking to run the co-op, I will be playing that. And I'm offering some money to anyone who can help me get out of the fucking slumps in Lies of P, because that's the only way that's going to keep me from dropping the game. Other than that, yeah, I will see you guys next week.
I just got to say, because, I always got to throw a shot at Sonic fans. Isn't it amazing that, like, even when their game actually looks like it's fire, because I can look at Superstars and say, like, oh, that looks like it's going to be a good game, but it always turns out to be just drenched in mediocrity. It's like that studio just drowns themselves in mediocrity. Like, how are you called?
When it pertains to Sonic, you can't really trust the gaming media on this one.
Mm-hmm. Listen,
You're
I'm
gonna
just
have to
saying.
actually ask Sonic fans about what's going on with.
Oh, you think I'm asking a Sonic fan about a Sonic game? That's who you think I'm asking.
Yeah, I'll be extremely honest with you as far as these Sonic games.
I don't think you're a Sonic fan like that, Blandrew. I think you like
Look,
Sonic.
I'm not getting a Sonic tattoo on my arm like Rystar, but I play every game in the Sonic series.
See, you ain't a Sonic fan like that. You just like it. But no, like the real ones, I wouldn't trust nothing that comes out of their mouth. They don't know. They're liars. They're not trustworthy people at all.
Do you have the PlayStation logo on your head like Majin Vegeta?
I do not.
Yeah,
I do not.
This fraud PlayStation fan.
Oh man, you got me. Alex.
This is Jack's Routers. Tee. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I never got your opinion on the WWP and AGS graphic novel I made on Twitter.
You are nuts. I don't know. I don't know what that other thing is. I've never heard of it. Don't know who runs it. I'm clueless. I'm just oblivious and a clueless individual.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody did their outro. I got everybody. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's get out of here. Chat, thank y'all for watching. We will catch y'all next week. We're out of here. Peace. Oh wait, there's a super chat. Rystar94, can Pong say wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man in his outro voice?
Wow. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Okay. Thank you.
You're listening to KRTV. That would have been fire.
Rystar is
Mojo.com.
Rystar is low-key saying he likes your voice.
Nobody does it better. Y'all know where that's from?
That's really what he's saying. Rystar, if you like the man's voice, it's okay. You could say, "Hey, bro,
I appreciate
I like
that if that's what it is."
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it, Rystar. It's cool. Just say you like another man's voice. We don't judge here. It's a safe space.
Pawn, you do that cameo thing when people pay you to say something and then you send them a voice note. You do that?
No, I do not have one of those voices, but appreciate it. I like it. I'll certainly do it if somebody wants to pay me.
You have a price?
No shame.
Damn.
Yep. All right. We out here, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.
plenty of tried and plenty of failed. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. Bye. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know my bro King got me, see that's a black bond that can't be broken. No Idris Alba, I'm a black bond, aim in a scope and all black panel. You can never try playing us token. Yeah, we playing games, but now one of us playing or joking. Not for real. Oh wait, then Jack Move came in with the trophies, God in a lane of its own. Like how can you gamers approach me? Tell kids move to body you in Halo, then send your family an angel emoji. You should've known, dog, you ain't got enough Series X's. Blind got all the answers, no, you ain't gotta ask Siri questions. All the latest gaming news gotta be here to check it. Since 2015 and beyond, I'm just here to respect it. When you at the top of your tier, it's a blessing. From the bottom, so no way we appear to be desperate. This for anybody doubting, I'm clearing a message. And if you ever had a problem, I'm here to correct. Plenty of fail. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know what it is, man. Weapon Wheel Podcast, y'all know what we got in the building, man. We got BG. We got Kid Smooth, we got Jack Move, we got Black Bond, I mean. Blandrew, I mean, what you can't out strafe us, bro. Like, the strafe too strong.